It was a little rough there for a second. Don't worry about it. This can go. This can go. This can go. Okay. This can go as well. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I still have to pull up Downward Spiral. Love her. Where did it go? I have it somewhere. Really interesting spot I have it in, to be honest. Okay, also hello. How are you? Love you. Good bingo remembering. Watching stuff. I'm quiet. Jesus Christ. Thank you. I don't know why it does that. It really does drive me up the wall. Maybe I feel like it doesn't happen when I've got phantom power on. But maybe it will. Who knows? So I picked at a pimple on my face. Okay, don't look at this. This is chapter 8. It's been like the one in my camera. Okay, chapter index, chapter 4. Go. Don't look at anything. You're not allowed. Actually, fucking hold your actually, I can do this and hide it. Okay. I forgot I gave myself that function. And this is exactly why. Okay. Also it's really funny when I do that. So, okay, I accidentally started watching the VOD from yesterday and realized that the monitor was off for the video that we were watching, so it was just completely fucking silent. So that'll be fun for the VOD later. Okay. So not a huge deal because I think I put on subtitles not too long later. You just all that won't be saved will be the what is it? The first, so like we watched that one original like the first clip which won't have subtitles. Then the we read the Twit Longer classic. And then the apology video. The apology, is it broken? Oh man. The apology videos when we started Trilla back for more. I'm sorry. But yeah, not a huge deal. Aw, man. My sucker broke. So I got a new way to count the cringe. Because I can't drink juice. I need more Gord. Gord isn't normally like this, I promise. Not my Gord. Man, Jesus, it's everywhere. What the fuck? Suckers are awful. You are still doing the cringe counter thing, but you're only gonna do it when I lick the sucker so you don't go overboard like you did last time. And when you're gone, I guess they just won't be counted. But I'm sorry, you did so many. So here's my cringe counter. It is broken. I have this other piece. But what am I gonna do? Glue it back on? You know what I mean? Like, that's dumb. So, this is my cringe counter. I guess I could lick that part, but I don't really want to. It's sticky, so I won't. Okay. Let's get back in it. Chapter 4. Here we go. Well, diary, crazy things have happened since the day I almost got ran over by a stolen police car. Over the past few days since that incident, life resumed to normal with me, now regularly checking the newspapers to hear ongoing details of Father's court trial, of which there's barely anything apart from hearings from his company's employees. You what? Forgorgo. Forgorgo. I love Forgorgo, personally. New vocabulary? Maybe. No, what was Forgorgo? Yeah. Shit, I'm like 2 sentences in. What did you forget about? The stolen police car part? Or the father's court trial part? There's been a lot. Cause the court trial doesn't matter a lot of the time. But glad we're hearing of it now. So anyway, of which there's barely anything apart from hearings from his company's employees and painting the Johnny and Lola portrait. Soon, someone came knocking and I answered to see Vance. We smiled. You got some townie kid asking for you to meet at the school gates. Who? Beats me, he shrugged, but I'll back you up just in case. It could be that loony guy with the bike fetish. We cracked at that. That's terrible. Anyway, thank you for your cringe. We walked out to the main gates, where, sure enough, the same townie that helped me leave Blue Skies leaned against the pillar. I told you, you went a little overboard last time. Anyway. The same townie that helped me leave Blue Skies leaned against the. Also, this tastes terrible. Okay, just to let you know. Glad I can cringe and suffer a little bit more with how bad this tastes. So that's good. Leaned against a pillar while smoking a quick cigarette. Hated that. He saw me and quickly spluttered on it. Hey, how are you doing? He greeted me through coughs and took breaths. Sorry, trying to quit is hard to do. Vance stood just behind me, but I approached the visitor. I'm doing fine, but why did you help us out before? I came to say sorry for what they did, he sighed, not meeting my eyes, excuse me. He seems hesitant. You know how it is when something new happens in Blue Skies. I don't really. I admit, I don't come from there. Yeah, well, he inhaled. After that, Zoe took us all to the clubhouse and really told us off. She knows that you're one of Jimmy's boyfriends, and attacking you is as bad as attacking Jimmy. Wait, I'm not Jimmy's boyfriend, I quickly interrupt, and Vince sniggered. Wait, did he say Jimmy's boyfriends? As in more than one? That slut! An arousing thought heated me, but I suppressed the urge to hold myself. Cringe! Arousing, very bad. Okay. It's true, I had fraternized with him, but we've never been serious. I saw him give you flowers, Vance snorts, try not to crack up again. That means nothing, I gasped, and Duncan laughed. Dude, no kidding. This is awful. I can't do it. Oh yeah, I cannot wear my headphones. That's so cool. Also, I've hit the mic like twice now, and I'm very sorry for both times. Also, I have to put my hair up or I'll kill myself. I can use my Kirby scrunchie. He's so little. Okay. Anyway. I gasped and Duncan laughed. He does that to me too. Weird guy. But I love that he's got control over psycho kids like Clint and Russell. Who's Clint? Scrunchie! So is it true you guys are really sorry about running Gord over? Oh my god, hair twins. We're so hot together. Good for us. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I updated bingo. So you only need 5 to win. No pattern. Fuck the patterns. No one likes the patterns. So long as you get 5 slots on the bingo, you're good. Hansel? Who? But anyway, I was reminded because putting my hair up when it bothers me is a bingo square. So hopefully you have it. Anyway. So is it true you guys are really sorry about running Gord over? Vance spoke up again, arms crossed and standing by my side. Because if you had injured him badly, you'll have the full force of my clique to deal with. Duncan opened his mouth to say something, but paused as his eyes scanned my aquaberry sweater before looking at Vance's attire. Yeah. Sorry. Is that Ben Stiller? I was just about to be like, is that Ben Stiller? I think I've never seen it. I might not be. If it helps, I've never seen a single movie in my life, so it might just be me. So anyway, Duncan opened his mouth to say something, but paused as his eyes scanned my aquaberry sweater before looking at Vance's attire. Then back to my face. You're a greaser? The what? Wait, what are you? The meme going on? I'm sorry. I can't read. Zoolander scene. Oh. Is that what that is? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not hip with the kids, okay? I don't get on TikTok. I'm a Twitter fiend. So, I'm in my own little world by myself. Okay, you're a greaser? I hesitated. Not exactly. I'm more of an affiliate. For some reason, Vance put his arm around my shoulders and tugged me close, almost knocking me off balance, but stared Duncan down. Yeah, he's with us. He's got an important job to do for us. Vance? I splutter and pulled away from him. Duncan wasn't taking his eyes off Vance, however, he just tisked. He gave me one last and lit another cigarette. He gave me one last look. Again, sorry about the trouble. They all know you're welcome into Blue Skies anytime. A friend of Zoe's is a friend of ours. Then he walked away towards Bulworth Town. Not a real Bulworth location. Please go to jail. Okay. Silence stretched, and I looked at Vance. What was with you? He wasn't threatening you. He laughed. He's got the hots for you, I just know it. Okay. Unexpectedly, my ears burned. Someone desiring me? Wow, so cool. It's bullshit. I sniffed snobbily. And he burst out. Dude, no kidding. It's awful. And he burst out laughing again. I must be embarrassed because I snapped. There's no way that anyone would desire me for my looks. Just stop. Just stop talking, okay? I literally don't want to hear from the person, from the the perspective guy. What's that called? The narrator. I don't want to hear from the narrator anymore. He's awful. Okay, anyway. I don't believe that, Vance struggled. If I was a chick, I'd be head over heels for you. Then I paused. Somehow, my perspective completely changed because Vance looks different, yet without his appearance being altered. Huh? This is just like back in art class when I painted him. Huh? Yeah, I don't know. Well, same here, I retort lightly, squaring my shoulders, hoping to look dominant in this strange conversation. Maybe if you dress better, I'd have more interest in you. But he grinned and crossed his arms. If you were less bitchy, I'd kiss you. If you weren't so greasy, I'd make out with you. I said that louder than I intended, and a few students stopped to stare at us. Painfully aware of their gazes, my ears boiled, and I sprinted into a run to the boys' dorm, where I locked myself in my room. So, out of nowhere. Right. So, after that little festival of embarrassment... I'm sorry. That one's really bad. I can't do that one. Okay. He was basically asking... After the little festival of embarrassment, I received a message from Duncan, again, via a written message that he apparently handed to Vance right after I left. He was basically asking me if I wanted to go to the carnival with him tonight, and if I had to accept, then I'm to meet him at 7 p.m. I showed the letter to Vance, and he huffed. He's asking you on a date? What? No, I yelped. Surely not. Festival. Yeah. My favorite. Surely not. I quickly read the letter and slapped him upside the head with it. There's no mention of a date, you doofus. But he laughed and patted my shoulder. I'll come with you just in case it's a trick. I still don't trust those bastards for what they did to us. Fine, I sighed. It's not like I'm particularly good at dissuading people. It's in my nature to follow, not to lead. That rings true even with my current financial status. I'm not someone who is particularly commanding. The day passed normally. Isn't he supposed to be a fucking lawyer in this one? I forget what people headcanon Gord as, but if you want to be a lawyer, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be a lawyer. That was chapter 1, wasn't it? Lawyers are literally like that. Good characterization, author. Very cool. The day passed normally. I worked on my homework instead of the Johnny and Lila painting, and chilling before reading some books, I got changed and speculated whether wearing my casual aquamarine clothing is suitable for a carnival trip or not. To others, my slate trousers are just navy gray trousers. They're last season's fashion, so I won't mind them if they get scuffed. I'm also wearing a plain polo shirt with the Bulworth logo on. This came as a part of my welcome package when I first arrived at Bulworth, but because father only gave me aquamarine clothing, I neglected school-issued outfits. Oh my god. Oh god, I forgot the painting, which was mentioned like mere minutes ago, by the way. So it's already irrelevant to us as the audience. So the fact that they're mentioning it again is really funny. Thank you so much. Okay. As I took it out of the plastic wrapping, I realized how fresh the material feels from never being worn before. Touched only by the 5-year-olds working. I fucking forgot about the weird, random, very bizarre statements in the middle of this fic. Here we go, I'm reading it again. As I took it out of the plastic wrapping, I realized how fresh the material feels from never being worn before. Touched only by the 5-year-olds working very hard in Chinese factories. Huh? Is that cringe? I can't tell. It's just insane to me. Like, is this I don't know. Who made this? Cringe? It's not a sub to Aquaberry, but it seems to be made to be durable. If the jocks can wear their stupid varsity outfits in town and outside gym classes, then I don't see why I shouldn't sport comfy gear at a carnival. I still got my hat on. Good writing. I should really get to a hairdresser to even my hair out. And, that was terrible. As for footwear, I just wore my gym shoes. Flexible and comfy in case an officer decided that I murdered someone and I need to run. Okay. 6:45 came, and I left my dorm room only to bump into Vance and he laughed at my outfit. Wow, cringe. Flexy. Be nice to me. I don't know. Huh? Is it pretty much my only emotion when it comes to reading this. It's just absolutely bizarre. Okay. Wow. Cringe. He laughed at my outfit. You're dressing up like a jock for a date, he joked. It's not a date, I huffed and pushed past him. Feel free to come along if you feel so insecure about me having another friend. He mock gasped. You consider me a friend? That's awful. Okay. Of course I do, I snapped. You haven't pummeled me into the ground yet. Wait and see. We left the building and stepped out into the fresh air, night already smothering this side of the planet. That was bad. I shivered. Maybe I should have put on an aquaberry sweater. Cold? Vance murmured. If you fucking give him make high schoolers normal, impossible to literally. I don't like even in high school, high schoolers writing high schoolers still can't get it together. It's terrible. Okay. Cold, Vance murmured, and I nodded. We'll warm up from walking there. Real. Because Bulworth is my walkable utopia. Wait, we're walking there? Let me get my bike. Oh, wait. We're not walking anymore. No walkie, but that's okay. Also, I couldn't tell who was talking for a second. This is Gord. This is Vance. Okay, got it. Back we're back in it. So he sprinted away to the auto shop after telling me to wait by the gates. So, sure enough, a minute later he pedaled hard and fast and screeched to a halt right by me. I hop on, holding onto his shoulders as I stood on the foot pedals. I worried about falling off, but the bike moved smoothly. Thankfully, there's a small number of cars driving about, so we didn't have to panic about colliding with idiots. Then suddenly he yelped and swerved, and I clung onto him tightly. The bike wobbled before moving in a straight line, and I looked past his ear to see him sigh in relief. I'm sorry, what's going on? Fucking potholes. Okay. Just pay attention. Like I don't understand. Okay. I swear those are going to kill someone someday, he swore, breath coming out in vapors. All right. There it is again, his strong scent of cologne coming off his leather jacket. It's so alluring. You okay, Gord? Vapors, yeah, it was really bad. Yes, I murmur and let go on him. Okay. Resuming my standing position again. Minutes later, we arrived at the noisy spectacle known as. Just say the carnival. Like, I just don't get it. And we got off the bike. While Vance chained to a bike rack, someone approached me with a big smile. Duncan. He still wore his usual outfit, but I could smell something like a strong cologne coming off him. Oh wow, another man with cologne. Thank God we get to talk about the way guys smell some more. So exciting. Hey, I'm glad. Hey, glad you could make it, he said happily and automatically took my hand to shake it. I shook it in disbelief. And I see you hired your personal chauffeur to drive you here, he said jokingly, looking at Vance, who started to look like someone found out that their sports drink got pissed in. Uh-oh. Dude, the smells are awful. And also, the piss was a little weird to mention, so let's. Sorry, hit the mic. I have a feeling this is gonna crack again. That'll be funny when it happens. Okay. Anyway, thank you for your crunch. I'm glad too, I suddenly say, in a desperate attempt to defuse a potential bomb threat. Okay, not out of bounds considering Vance did almost suicide bomb the jocks earlier. I forgot he did that. Okay, where to first? I already got us tickets, he said proudly. Oh, yeah. He said proudly and handed me one. I washed a few windows to get enough money for us to enjoy tonight's treat. But if I had known your pal was coming, don't sweat, Vance said coolly. I got cash. I can buy my own ticket. Normal downward spiral behavior? Yeah. No. Sweet. Glad to make your acquaintance, Duncan suddenly said in a posh tone of voice, and for some reason I laughed. He grinned and turned to the admissions gate. Let's go. I want to go to the shooting gallery. Let's. So we showed our tickets, went inside, and we were surrounded by carnival goers and dates, as well as flashing lights and noisy speeding machines. Tonight was a blur, dear diary. I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's too bad. Okay, anyway. But it was much more fun than expected. Thank you for your cringe. Duncan expertly shot all the targets down in the shooting gallery and gave me his share of tickets despite me only hitting one target. We sat together on the roller coaster, enjoyed the squid ride I forgot the name of, awed at the freaks. I placed a bet on the fighting midgets and won back my money. So that's good. Raced together at the go-karts, and I managed to hit the bell at the strongman. The strongman game. Well, he didn't. I put it down to my boxing exercises, building my muscles. We even went inside the funhouse and solved all the puzzles to get us out, and oh my god, it was such a confusing building. Who is saying this? Okay, I mean, I know who's saying it. It's Gord, but like, oh my god. I've been to the carnival many times before, but somehow it feels more exciting when I'm with someone. Strangely enough, Vance joined us as ugh, god, you have no idea. Like, sure, the writing is bad, but the plot is even worse, and it's gonna be awesome. Okay, focusing. I am refocusing. Strangely enough, Vance joined us at every game, but rarely spoke. Oh, Vance, I know you're so suspicious about Duncan because he's a townie, but aren't you seeing how well he's behaving? I could easily punch his lights out. Feels a little unnecessary, but go off. Hey, look, Duncan whispered, and suddenly stopped me as we left the funhouse. He was pointing at Mandy and Ted, who holding hands and smiling at each other. It's apparent that they are on a date because Ted's croonies are nowhere to be seen. It's in the nature of baboons to move in a group after all. I really hate those bastards. They used to tear up my Grottos and Gremlins cards when I was in Bulworth. Really? I say, blinking. I didn't take Duncan as love baboons. Classic, Gord moment. I didn't take Duncan as a nerd. I thought he'd be a non-click student. You were a nerd? Yeah, he said, deflated, looking like a small boy again with the way his shoulders hunched as if his books and cards were being torn in front of him. He inhaled and stood up straight, looking stronger with a glare. I want revenge on Ted. He's my tormentor, and on Mandy because she deliberately led me on and got me swirly for weeks. We can't fight here, Vance rolled his eyes, standing beside me, and I'm not getting involved with whatever you two are planning. I want revenge on Ted too, I mutter, and touched my beanie hat. I can't. I hate beanie hat. That's terrible. He shaved my hair, thank you for your cringe, and got his monkeys to beat me up. Duncan grinned and handed me a bottle of wasabi sauce. Thank you for the grin. Of course. How about we mess up their date and humiliate the top dog in front of his woman? I'm sorry. Misogyny? I gotta go. In a bully fanfiction? Unheard of. Okay. Incredulous happiness spread in my veins, and Vance's mouth dropped as I accepted the sauce. Ooh, tonight was the best night ever. Oh, man. What happened next is one of the two moments I experienced. Wait, what happened next is one of the two moments I experienced that I'll never forget. Okay. Mandy went off to use the portaloo. Ew, stay classy. I can't do that one either. Okay. When Ted ordered a burger from the hot food stand, Duncan casually whistled as he walked past, timing it perfectly so he accidentally barged into the buffoon and made him drop the wrapped up burger to the floor. Ted reacted angrily, shoving him away and shouting, but while he was distracted, I quickly opened the burger that is now on the ground, poured wasabi onto the ketchup and cheese before closing it and rewrapping the burger. Oh, it was wrapped. Not great, though. Clear off, filthy pleb, I cried dramatically, waving my hand at Duncan. Ted stared at me like I grew a second penis. I love second penis. I love reading. Literature is so cool. That is not a saying. No, not at all. But I love it anyway, and it should be. Don't you think? Don't you think? Come on. Come on. Anyway, my accomplice snarled like a dog before scuttling away, giving me the world's most private wink. I turned to Ted with a small smile and held the burger out to him. Mr. Burton always said that the 5-second rule applies. Another second, and it would have to be a waste. Ted growled and snatched the burger away from me. Piss off, criminal, he hissed and opened the burger wrapping, or I'll pound you into the ground. I nodded and held my hands up, backing away before hiding around the corner of the burger stand. I peeked around to see Mandy approach him, looking perky as always, before kissing him. Did you miss me, babe? She simpered. Like a hole in a donut, he laughed. Casanova of the year, everyone. Want to try out my burger? Ew, no, it's full of fat, Mandy spat, and her boyfriend roared in laughter. Good thing it's mine then. He opened his... Why did you offer then? Opened his mouth wide, taking a huge bite of the burger before swallowing it without even chewing. Excuse me, there was another it there, unnecessary, but go off. Ew. Now, babe, let's go on a roller coaster and, straight, no kidding, man. Ew. His eyes widened and his tongue flopped out as his skin turned post-box red, and he screamed hysterically, "Water! Water!" Mandy shrieked as he shoved past her and ran to the dunking pond, where he hunched over the tank's edge and dipped his whole upper body in the water. The midget above crossed his arms and shouted angrily from his seat, and a little kid threw a ball at his butt. I don't really understand what's happening there, but whatever it is, it sounds awful. So a little cringe for you. Unnecessary, yeah. Like, less stuff can happen and it can still be shocking, I think. But anyway, thank you for your cringe. A camera flashed and I almost cried in laughter. Meanwhile, Mandy started sobbing and I ran over to pull Ted out the water. Out of the water, please. And thank you. By his shirt before slapping him across the face. You ruined my date! She cried, then ran off, wiping her eyes. In a panic, Ted stumbled to his feet and gave chase, shouting for forgiveness while dripping water everywhere. I feel like it'd be a bit more than dripping, but go off. Nearby, Vance and Duncan both creased in laughter. Duncan threw his arm around my shoulder, wiping his eyes. That was so hilarious, he gasped in between laughs. Oh my fucking god, that was the best prank ever, and you're awesome for helping me. Good thing I got photos, Vance agreed, holding up his camera proudly. Where'd you get that sauce from, Duncan? I might want to use it again on him in the cafeteria. Yeah, Creases. Oh, okay, thank you. Mid at best, yeah. Mediocre. It was fine. It was an okay prank. Okay, I might want to use it again. Okay. Yum Yum Market sells them now, he answered as I gave him the sauce bottle back. Only $1 each. I'm so glad that those two are getting along. Maybe we should make more pranks. Whatever, okay, But then I checked my watch and realized that curfew is approaching, and Vance yawned with a stretch. Hey, I want to grab a rock poster from the prize tent. You guys mind if you wait until I'm back? No problem. I could do with using you as a distraction to get me past the prefects, I joke. And he grinned, giving me the middle finger before disappearing inside the gift shop tent. Holy fuck. Then something incredibly strange happened. As Vance wandered inside the tent, Duncan suddenly, oh Jesus. Preemptive cringe. Very good. Duncan suddenly took my hand into his and with an odd expression, wanting. Here's another. I can't do wanting. And tugged me towards him until we were behind the gift shop tent, where he stepped close, resting his hand on my shoulder hesitantly before leaning down to kiss me. I didn't even step away. I was too stunned. A townie kissing me of all people. His rough lips definitely needed moisturizing cream, but my body was aflame with my traitorous hormones, breaking the floodgates of my restraint, weakening my will as I melted against his body to kiss him back. And our arms tangled around each other. His goddamn tongue teased my... Oh, they lost me. Oh, you lost me bad. Another cringe? I can't do it? It's really bad. Okay, anyway. Oh, God. Okay. Here I go again. His goddamn... Okay. Disconnect. Okay. Whew. His goddamn tongue teased my lip, and I happily allowed us to make out as he spun us around and practically slammed me against the wooden fencing, knee rubbing my thigh while our kiss turned rougher. Oh god, it felt so dirty and delicious. Whew. I can't. High schoolers. Yeah, terrible. Okay. We parted. Traitors. That's the spirit. Dude, me too. That was terrible. And you didn't even have to read it. You just had to hear it. Oh man. Okay. We parted, panting and blushing, and Duncan stuttered in embarrassment. Sorry, I haven't really kissed many guys. I shook my head, dazed and still seeing stars. Don't be. Wow. Okay. I ran my hands through my short hair. Now this is okay, I thought you were wearing a fucking hat. What's the truth? I want to kiss him again, but the thought of Vance walking in on us stopped me. We haven't stopped holding hands. Then, speak of the devil, he walked in on us. He paused as he held 5 rolled-up posters under his arms, seeing our still-joined hands, our flushed faces, and an odd twinge moved his expression. He turned around, saying, "I'll see you guys later." Don't be, what? Wow. "I'll see you guys later," before sprinting off without even waiting for me to say anything. What was wrong with him? I would have gotten back by bike, but it was apparent that when we left the carnival through the gates, his bike was gone. I swore. Well, yeah, Vance has left. So he took his bike with him. The carnival isn't even that bad of a walk from fucking the Vale. So shut the fuck up. Okay? I don't understand. Motherfucker, I cursed. It's going to take ages to walk. Like, dude, you were literally going to walk in the first place. You can't just change your mind. Like, it can't be too long to walk now, but not long enough to walk the boy back. Some inconsistencies? I think so. Anyway, no probs, I'll just walk with you, Duncan shrugged. I mean, two eyes are better than one, and we've got to watch out for the police and prefects, which aren't off school grounds, but anyway. I guess the police do chase you if you're out after a curfew. I refrained from correcting his expression as his hand. What? Oh, two eyes are better than one? Is that the expression we're correcting? You've already said weird shit, so I don't think you can. Okay, whatever. I refrained from correcting his expression as his hand met mine. Awkwardly interlacing our fingers, I thought we hadn't stopped holding hands. So are we holding hands 2 times? 2 hand holdings? That's good. Awkwardly interlacing our fingers, and we began to walk down the tunnel together. I'm sure it's almost 12 right now, but the streets are still busy with cars. We said nothing, not even when we noticed that the last bus of the day approached the bus stop. I broke my grip from Duncan's and I looked at him, the memory of our kiss still lingering on my mind. I'll see you soon. I better get some sleep, I spoke, but in a murmur. He nodded and ran a hand through his hair before stepping close and kissed my cheek. Sure, I'll see you soon, he grinned. And I couldn't help but match his smile before I stepped onto the bus and sat down. The bus cycled through the town, the Vale, and eventually it stopped off at the school. Kiss, yeah. What do I do? And eventually stopped off at the school where the driver grumbled for me to get off already, so I did, and carefully snuck past prefects. The heating must be working because the second I walked inside the dorm, the lights were all on and the music played loudly as toilet rolls are thrown around by partying dorm mates. Confused, I wandered past drinking students until I saw Jimmy sitting on the sofa, which was turned around facing away from the TV, with some girls chatting with him excitedly. I quickly walked up to him. What's going on? Who got fired? I asked. As I spoke, everyone else stopped what they were doing and gave me smirks, surrounding me. What? Nobody, Jimmy shrugged. Then his grin stretched. Word just got out that someone snuck into Harrington House and drew cocks on the suits of the armor. Darby is furious, and he came in here banging on about us being a bad influence on you. My mouth dropped. Those suits of armor were on loan from various museums around the world. Not loan! That's so funny. Especially sponsored by the Harringtons, too. Why would a museum loan it to some random school in the middle of nowhere on the fucking East Coast? Like, I did not do it, I protested. I'm too tired to deal with any more things tonight. I was at the carnival. Jimmy snorted and laughter was heard as he held up a photograph. Oh, we believe you. I saw you and that towny kid behind the prize tent, so your alibi is rock hard. Your house needs to. Apparently, like, thank you, museums, I guess. Also, I have a little cringe for rock hard. Very good. Okay. My heart jumped 100 feet as the pricks around me go, ooh, and made ugly kissy noises. The photo Jimmy held, that's not fucking real. No one does that. Okay, anyway, the photo Jimmy held portrayed a particularly steamy scene between me and Duncan, perfectly angled so it looked like we were doing more than just making out. That's really fucking funny. Jimmy is a photographer. Wow, so cool. Get rid of that, I shrill, and the guys guffawed. Jimmy held it out to me and I snatched it from his hand, and I saw how bloodless my hand looked. Huh? Well, anyway. Well, hey, as soon as I took that, I don't know. As soon as I took that, I ran for it back here, and it was that time that Darby met me outside, he carried on and raised an eyebrow in amusement. Let's just say that he'd rather you deface the armor than make out with a despicable tax dodging scumbag from Blue Skies. Oh my god, I grumbled and hid my face. Hands patted my shoulder and I flinched, ready to fight, but Jimmy waved them off. Chill, he shrugged. We all know you're bi. What's the problem? The problem, I yelled, and immediately Kirby and Dan stepped between me and Jimmy like guards. Not everyone knows, James. I could get expelled. No, you can't, he said blankly. As long as your family is too busy trying to get your dad some help, they won't give a shit whose dick you suck. Or vagina, someone randomly cried. Jimmy nodded. See? I can see where he's going, but this still didn't properly answer my earlier question. I pinched my nose and counted to 5. What is going on anyway? What's the party for? I asked. Oh, this is a normal thing, he shrugged and gestured around to the guys relaxing once more. Every other week, if someone gets a big enough pack of booze, we crank up the music and stay up a bit longer. The nerds are sleeping over at the library for a revision marathon, so we won't be seeing them boring us to wait, huh? We won't be seeing them boring us to death. Okay. And the Harrington guys are holed up in their chariots, so he held up a can of booze out to me expectantly, but I shook my head. Sorry, I got a test. Lame ass. I got a test tomorrow. I need enough sleep to concentrate. I excused myself and left. I forgot about the photo in my hand until I shut my door to my room and I looked at it. Seeing it made me. Oh, God. Girls only have to watch guys boring them to. Yeah. Huh? I feel. If you're being bored by them, you're not really watching them do it, are you? I mean, I guess you are, but it's kind of a weird way to put it. There's so much writing like issues, like grammatically. It's insane. Wow. Okay, anyway. I'm sorry. Seeing it made me feel warm all over again. Okay. And it got worse as I and it got worse as I undressed to get into my PJs for the night. I don't want to. Because now I can't unsee. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Because now I can't unsee the fantasy of Duncan running his hands over me as our kiss deepens. Okay. A couple more paragraphs. Instead of putting my pajama top on, I just laid back in bed staring at the ceiling fan. Please only I'm trying to. Yeah, I can't do it. Okay, here we go. The night May? Okay, what's with the apostrophe before May? Please go to jail. May be cold, but my body felt like fire. The more I think of like, oh my god, here we go. Okay. The more I think of okay. I guess the more I wanted. Well, more. My writing seems to get worse. Oh my god. The writing seems to get worse the more, oh my god, aroused I am. Excuse me for a second. Oh, that's fine. A cringe for you. Maybe a few, but just do one. Yeah, excuse me for a sec. Okay. Anyway, I have a confession to make. I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you for your cringe. I'm going to go do that really quick, and then I will be right back. And then we get to read more. Wow, I'm so excited. Like, sorry, Diary. That's literally what he did. Oh man, I gotta turn my fan on or something. It is too quiet in here. Maybe that's why I wear my headphones. Is so it feels a little like less, you know. Oh you didn't tell your diary what happened and then had to jerk off in the middle of writing? Doesn't that happen to everyone? Obviously, this is such a well-known and notorious like thing we all do as a society. Okay, anyway, I'll be right back. I love you. Okay, I'm back now, and I forgot that I don't need my headphones on. I also turned on my fan, so sorry about the inevitable background noise, but I couldn't do it anymore. My mom is out in the living room, and sure, she's watching Harry Potter at an unfathomably loud volume, to the point where I can hear it in my room, but still not loving that I'm reading about teenage boys jerking off out loud. So the fan is on to make me feel a little bit better. Okay, anyway, right. So after a night of I thought we were done. Strong start, yeah. And I mean, like, yeah, I know, but like, come on. Okay. Jerking off by myself is a lot different than reading about it for an audience, I think. It's weird. It's different. Not loving it. Honestly, I could talk about me jerking off better than I could. I'm not opposed to writing about it. I have. Really well, by the way. I'm hot. It was horny. But reading it out loud is a lot different. Not a fan. Okay, I think that's my line. Everything else, talking about it, reading it by myself, silently in my head, writing it by myself, quietly, on my own. This is the line. Anything else is fine. I just can't do this one. Okay. Right. So after a night of self-pleasure, okay. The you cringe. I woke up feeling even more tired than I should. I did get 7 hours of sleep, just 1 hour short of the 8 that Miss Peters recommended. But masturbation did not help. For a while after I finished, I couldn't stop talking about it. Oh my god. I couldn't sleep. I felt tired but couldn't sleep. Then, sometimes in the night, I dozed off before waking up again long before my alarm was due to go, which added to my frustration. Then I realized that with all these changes going on in my life, I completely forgot that I need to get more sleeping pills. Huh? Apparently he needs sleeping pills. I feel like it's... Oh. Except I'm doing it on purpose. Which is worse. Like, I feel like getting caught is like, damn, it was an accident. Doing it on purpose, oh my god. But we're almost done. I think we're done talking about jerking off. Okay, I hope. I dream, I pray. I walked into my morning lesson of English and, getting back with those, grammatical issues. We love to see it. Getting back to normal, thank God. And a couple of students whispered about how dead I looked. After jerking off? Should be a whole new man. That this is inaccurate. Peeking into the reflection of the window, I clearly saw the dark circles under my eyes. I can't believe I forgot to brush my teeth. Mr. Vendome, Mr. Galloway suddenly asked, and I jumped a mile high. He seemed concerned. You don't look so good. I'm fine, I said firmly and strained my bag. This Philip. Maybe that's the only reason he should be this exhausted. Okay. I'm focusing. I'm fine, I said firmly and strained my back, only to hear it click, and I almost melted from how relaxed I felt. That's weird. The click was loud enough to make someone gasp. Excuse me. My teacher looked impressed. In that case, then please let me know if you need to lie down in the nurse's office. I can't get in trouble with Dr. Crabblesnitch for having another student pass out my lessons, he joked before opening a book. Not a very good joke. Okay, today we're now moving on to the diary of Anne Frank. Now, for the love of all that's good and holy. Do not bring any discussion on relations between Jews and Muslims or anything relating to Israel or Palestine because I'm not being paid enough to go that far in my lessons. Also, he's a fucking English teacher. This is not history, so kind of weird. Dude, I don't know. They love okay, why are we horny? Why are we horny is class? And why do we care so much about his black dude? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. This was 2006. I don't know if that. Wait, let me. Okay, before we go, horny. Okay, of course. Let me spell Israel properly. And Palestine conflict start. Okay, it actually started in 1948, so they are good to talk about it if they want. Not that they should in a random fan fiction for bully set in 2006. It's also English. And I went to school and learned about this in like what? 2000 What year was 5th grade for me? 2005 was preschool, 6 was 1st grade, 7 2nd grade. Probably like 2011. Yeah. And that's not too far out from 2006. It's like 5 years. The Diary of Anne Frank had literally nothing to do with Israel and Palestine. Just completely irrelevant. Not half the damn country doesn't even know about fucking Israel and Palestine. Not since everything went crazy on Twitter and everyone was like free Palestine all over the place. You know what I mean? So I have no idea where they fucking got all this. Like, this has no connection at all. You can learn about the Diary of Anne Frank without being like, wow. Racism. Let's talk about it. It's like, okay, fucking please chill. I used to have my teachers, they were just like, yeah, I swear to God, if you go home to your parents and say I converted you to Islam, I am going to kill myself. That was about as much as we got from our teachers about don't talk about this. It was mostly like, don't talk about this to your parents. This is insane. Okay, anyway. But Palestine's not a country. Thank God this is happening. Yes. I missed the jerking off part. A little bit. Please go back. Just a little cringe. Just a little cringe, I think. Just a small one. Thank you for your cringe. Israel's been around longer than Muslims have. In 1948? I didn't even have to Google it that hard. Huh? This is getting weird, yeah. But here we go. Israel's surrounded by countries that want the Jews dead. Someone yelled, and suddenly the class devolved into a intense political debate. God, this is worse than the internet, which should be generally irrelevant in 2006. Well, gaining relevancy a little bit. But I probably have a different view on it since I was like, what, 5? At the time? I guess YouTube was invented in like, what, 2007? "2005, excuse me. Anyway, let's keep going. As much as I wanted to join and clip my unwanted opinions, please don't. The second I opened my mouth, nothing came out. My head felt like someone poured lead-coated cotton wool in Okay, and really bad. And my vision blanked out before me. Also really bad. I hit my head on the desk. That's really funny. Which suddenly startled me into sitting up straight. I looked around quickly to see the starting embers of the starting embers of a war dying. Okay, as everyone stared at me. Dude. A lot of haws today. I don't know. I stammer. Oh no. Oh my god, I forgot they wrote this! Is it true that all Jews are rich people? That's actually a stereotype, sort of the Martian event. That's great. Wow, the start to anti-Semitism everywhere. That's so cool. That's so cool. It's not cool, but that is an interesting fact. Thank you, Trilla. Okay. Mr. Galloway sighed heavily and took a long sip of clear liquid from a water bottle. That must be his I'm tired of this shit alcohol. Silence still reigned even after he placed the bottle down with a thud. No, Mr. Vendome, but I'm sending you to the nurse's office. Your head is bleeding. Welcome back! I hope adventuring was good. And honestly, thank God you weren't here. There was a lot. But hi, Kat. How was adventuring? Did you do anything silly today? Okay, I stood up shakily, and it's true. Some blood trickled down the bridge of my nose, and Angie suddenly collapsed. Our teacher inhaled. And can you carry her to the nurse's office, too? Okay, you're telling the bleeding kid to carry the fainted kid? Okay, whatever. I grudgingly accepted. Okay, I found the bookstore. Whoa, two big things. Very glad to hear. I hope parallel parking went well. I fucking hate parallel parking. It sucks ass. But congrats on the bookstore. I hope it was good. I hope you found lots of cool, new, good books. I grudgingly accepted and carried the unconscious girl bridal style to the infirmary, where Miss Peabody gave me the most vicious scowl in the world for carrying one of the girls like this. Oh, never mind the gaping sore on my forehead. I'm ruining a virgin's reputation. Sarcasm. It does suck. I used to be really good at it, but since I haven't done it in a really long time, I no longer know how to parallel park. Actually, that's a fucking lie. I do it every day. I didn't hit anything. And no one. Yeah, that's huge. Gigantic, even. Congratulations on everyone being nice to you and doing it. And honestly, I don't blame you. Parallel parking fucking sucks. The only reason I technically do it is because the way we have 4 cars. Car dependency in America is a fucking crime. But whatever. We've got 4 cars. My dad's, my mom's, my sister's, and mine. I leave pretty frequently in comparison to my sister, who just sits in the garage. Love you. So she just sits in the garage, and then my mom also sits in the garage. But then my dad parks behind my sister because she never leaves. Which leaves me, but I don't leave as quick. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. But she doesn't. But my mom leaves often enough for her to need, like, complete access out of the garage. And since my dad leaves earlier than I do, I can't park behind him. So they made me a new parking spot off of the driveway. I didn't even do good. Wow, congrats! That's so hot. I don't remember how well I did on parallel parking during the test. I think I didn't do too bad, but she was godly, and now she doesn't drive. But since it's off, just throw it in a thanks to that try around. Fuck you. Yeah, let's go. Except for the first. Oh, yeah, you didn't do very good on that one, did you? That's okay. We can't all be winners. You passed, and that's what matters. But since the parking spot is off of the driveway, and my dad parks next to my parking spot, I technically parallel park into the spot that way. Technically, I don't really count it because it's easy. You just slip in the spot, and that's kind of it. Whereas parallel parking in like the wild is insane. It's like there's cars fucking driving, getting out of a parallel parking spot like on the side of on the side of the road. I can't even imagine. I think I'd kill myself before parallel parking. I will literally walk 8 million miles rather than parallel. Like, I will park on the other side of the city. So, die. I don't really know their names. That's so hot, though. I love vans. Dream car. So I can paint it something goofy, like the Mystery Machine. But hopefully you get well soon from driving like an asshole. Pretty please. I did almost die trying to get... Yeah. I'm sorry about getting out of it, but you're home now, and you're safe physically. Mentally, it's Fanfiction Friday, so maybe not so good. Okay. I placed her down, and then honestly not... Okay. I'm glad. We can't all be winners. And then the annoyed nurse harshly wiped the blood off my sore face and stuck a pale plaster on. Tired of these British people. Just say fucking Band-Aid. Probably. I'm not sure. Pretty sure it's a Band-Aid. Anyway, I couldn't stop sniffing. Is it pollen season already? Miss Peabody paused as she took out a Oh my god! They're introducing one of my favorite It's plastic. Trilla? Be honest. Is it a Band-Aid? Okay. But anyway, they're introducing my favorite plotline. I no longer have time to be upset about weird British slang. I'm too excited about this next plotline. Nobody panic. Okay. Ms. Peabody paused as she took out a thermometer and stuck it in my mouth without warning, and I almost swallowed it. It's fucking gigantic. Are you insane? She snatched it out deftly, checking my temperature with a gasp, and hurriedly slapped a cloth over her mouth. "Begone! Get to the dorm and shut yourself in right now!" she loudly demanded. "Why? What's wrong?" I blinked. It's only now that I am conscious of the way my body swayed as my muscles felt like they're being weighed down by weight. Oh my, weighed down by weights. The whole thermometer? Yeah. All right, cringe. Very good. Okay. Now we're gonna get through this fucking sucker, or maybe we will. I can't really tell. Thank you for your cringe. Like they're being weighed down by weights. Thank God. A cold? Have you thrown up the last few hours? She snapped. Diarrhea with an O in it for some reason. I spluttered, but nodded because yes. I did have trouble in the lavatory, but didn't think much of it and believed it was Edna's breakfast menu. "It's flu season, you imbecile," she hissed. "Until 48 hours has passed from your last symptom, you are to remain in your dorm and only come out for meals." What? Flu? Then another realization dawned on me. I always get vaccinated against the flu virus, but that's another privilege I lost. Okay. It can't be! I stuttered. I was perfectly fine last night. Flu gives no warnings to signs or discriminate. But he's poor. He can't. Oh, let's chill. It's the flu. Yeah. Unless... Okay. Ms. Peabody groaned. "Unless you want me to rat you out to Dr. Crabblesnitch that you consumed alcohol on school premises like other people I have seen, then you'd know what's good for you and isolate yourself from everyone. Go now." Just a cold who are extra. Yeah. Dude, I told you this is my favorite plotline. Shut the fuck up and pay attention. I turned to leave and I stumbled and almost tore the handle off the door. Huh? How? You have the flu? My coordination has deteriorated. Even my eyes want to stay shut the second they close with every blink, but all of a sudden I'm fighting against the urge to lie down. I sluggishly walked towards the dorm with my bag like a zombie. Any prefect that approached to yell at me would suddenly stop and back up like I caught an infectious disease. Before I knew it, students stared at me as I walked down the brick path to the dorm, parting like the Red Sea before Moses. Holy fuck. Out of nowhere, a Red Sea thing. Thank you so much. I must definitely have the flu if it showed up on my face enough to scare people. This is a lot better than being bullied, but somehow humiliating that I've fallen victim to a preventable, out of nowhere, religion. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I love a good, like, Bible reference, because it's not to be, like, a slutty writer or anything, but Christianity is horny. Crazy horny. So I can't resist a little bit of it from time to time. But a Red Sea one, lowest of the low Bible reference. It's one of the lamest out there. Come on. Let's fucking get it together. All right. Anyway, this is a lot better than being bullied, but somehow humiliating that I've fallen victim to a preventable disease. I'm probably the first person to catch it in Bulworth. It's the fucking flu. I doubt it. The second I changed into my sweat-soaked pajamas, I fell unconscious into my bed. This man jerked himself off into getting the flu. That's so goddamn funny. Okay, here we go. A knocking on my door woke me up. And a pounding headache made me groan and press my pillows tightly against my face. Not when you're hot, man. What is wrong with you? Are you insane? Your pillows... Yes, woke me up, yeah. Woke up me up, excuse me. Huh? I don't know. There's a lot going on. Oh, I forgot. Gord jerked off earlier in the chapter. I'm sorry. I didn't tell you. That was my bad. It was very difficult. But now I've moved on emotionally as a man, and I'm going to make jokes about it constantly. See, because now it's of my own free will. If you ask me to read a kissing scene out loud where he starts getting like getting a boner, it's going to be weird. But I can say that right now because I'm saying it for me. For me. But anyway... Gord, you okay, bud? Vance's voice rang, and I audibly gasped and shot up out of bed. But the sudden movement caused dizziness, and I tripped over the bedside table and knocked everything off. You definitely don't. I can assure you that you absolutely do not. Including the lamp, which shattered on the floor. Holy fuck. I got the flu, my voice whispered hoarsely, and understanding replaced his apprehension. My throat was bone dry. Oh man, they weren't joshing me. He stared. How'd this happen? Piss poor luck, I groaned and crawled back into bed. And my head hurts. Have you eaten? Not since breakfast. Any drinks? Not since breakfast. Okay, just say no. Oh man, he breathed. You got any medicine? I can't afford a flu vaccine. Not that it would help anymore. You have the flu already. Or does he? Okay, but we'll get there. I tried to shout, but my words scraped on my tongue like sandpaper. Terrible. It's a bit too late for that. Okay. Stop. It's my favorite plotline. I know what's happened. It's what's happening already. Okay? It's gonna rock. I promise. It's so awesome. It's a bit too late for that, he sighed. All you can do is drink plenty and take tablets for your fevers. It's not like I can just go out and get them, I weakly snapped and lied down, looking at the ceiling. I don't remember being this sick before. In Harrington, we just get bed rest. I suppose the school will want to know why I'm not going to classes. Dude, you went to the nurse and she told you to piss off! What do you mean you have to tell the school? The nurse should already know. I know Bulworth is ass or whatever, but I'm gonna lose my mind if you don't learn how school... Has this person been to school? Have they been alive for longer than fucking 5 minutes? Hello? What is happening? I don't understand. Anyway, tell you what. I'll get you some stuff, he said. Just give me a half hour to scrape up something and I'll be right back. Then he left without much explanation. All I know is that it's going to be difficult for me to keep up with schoolwork and the Johnny and Lola painting. Classic Johnny and Lola painting mention. Had to shoehorn that back in there because holy fuck, we forgot about it since the beginning of the chapter. So, had to shoehorn that back in. They're figuring out how. Aww. Reading emote. Dude, everyone keeps forgetting because it doesn't matter. It didn't matter before and it doesn't matter now and it will not matter ever. I promise. I swear to God. On my knees over here. It will not fucking matter. Okay. Anyway. Time passed as I wrote the above into this diary. But then someone... Okay, why would you say that? If this is a diary entry, I wouldn't be writing like this. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Never really kept a diary before, but I wouldn't be writing like this. Okay. But then someone knocked and I answered it more carefully. Vance stood there carrying a plastic bag that looked stuffed to the brim. What's this? Some fruit. I know we don't have a fridge in the dorm, but try eating these within 5 days, he explained, and set them on my desk. It's literally just full of oranges and apples, as well as a few bottles of water and a packet of painkillers. Vance, how much did this cost? Does it matter? I gasped as it dawned on me that fruit will cost a lot to paupers. Had to get a pauper mention back in there. What kind of apples? Dude, I don't know. Apples aren't that bad, are they? Like, hello? Like, you can get shitty apples for cheap, I'm pretty sure. Especially painkillers. Also not that bad. Does he know how much things cost? I know! Hello? What's happening? He's such a goofball. Especially painkillers. Don't tell me it's nothing. I can't be indebted to you again. Chill, Vance soothed. It's nothing. I've been working in New Coventry cleaning windows for the past couple of weeks, so I've been rolling in cash. Turns out nobody likes window cleaning, so I got a lot of work cut out for me. I don't know what a pence is. I'm sorry. Is that like cents? Or like dollars? That'd be fucking crazy. Cents? That's an insanely low price. The smallest current. Okay. That's crazy. Because over here, they're like $3. Oh. Yeah, and I mean, it's over the counter or whatever, so it's just like at the grocery store. But I guess you have better healthcare over there, so 60 cents or pence or whatever makes more sense. We're awful in America. So, that's cool. Man, I want fucking 60 cents painkillers. I'm gonna kill myself. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Anyway. So, I got a lot of work cut out for me. His problems dwarfed mine in comparison. I still got some money while he has to earn his. And childcare will be a bitch too. He murmured. What? I stared at him. Did I mishear him? Writing this down, I am positively sure that he had just said that, but it's not possible. Yet he seemed to say it. Childcare? Yeah. Nothing, he said quickly and opened the medicine packet. Okay, you take one of these every 4 hours to swallow. That didn't make any fucking sense. Awesome. I figure that you're that kind of guy. I rolled my eye. I didn't even understand. I rolled my eyes at his sexual innuendo. Honestly, I was just like, yeah, swallowing pills. Classic Gord. But if you accidentally swallow more than one in that window, get an ambulance or your liver will shut down and you'll die. It's 2 painkillers. He'll be okay. We do not tell. Not yet. Not yet. It's not time yet. Okay. Jesus. So I'd recommend writing down the times you took the tablets just in case. You never know when you feel all dizzy. Right. Understood. Here, he popped one out for me, holding it to my mouth even though he didn't need to. But what's worse is I take two. Dude, I have no idea. And maybe it's like some crazy ass, like, insane painkiller. Like, I don't know, a fucking Percocet or something? Like, sure, don't do that one, because that's insane. Apparently. But like, if it's ibuprofen from the store, dude, you have to literally, honest to God, take like 250 pills to die. He'll be okay. Like, oh my God. Hello? Here, he popped one out for me, holding it to my mouth even though he didn't need to. But what's worse is that our eyes met, and once again, I am lost in someone's gaze. You're ill. Please stop being gross. Oh God, are they gonna kiss? He's so nasty. Okay, here we go. Those bright green eyes refusing to be turned down by strife and life's problems, held steady as he gently pressed the tablet against my lip, encouraging me to take it. Not, dude, I hope not. Not with the that's so gross. I opened my mouth and moved closer, only to accidentally feel his fingers brush against my lips, and my fever seemed to grow worse. Ugh! That's the. That's, But he said nothing, only smiling slightly as I quickly swallowed the dry tablet and he handed me a water bottle. I forgot, it's best to drink it with water at the same time. Not him force-feeding Gord a dry pill. Thank you, Vance. That's awesome. Okay. And here I am, simultaneously looking like a weak heroine and a poster boy for an uke? In a yaoi anime? Yaoi mention? It's been one of those days. Past the yaoi. Okay, sorry. I don't know, but it's awesome. Don't ask me why I know yaoi exists. Blame Trent. I will. Thank you. This is awesome. It'll take a while for the tablet to take effect, but when it does, you'll know. Dude. I don't. This is too awesome. I can't believe you missed the jerking off part. That's too sad. That's so sad. It was the best part. No, it's not. I'm so excited for this next part. It was insane when I first read it. I'm so excited. Okay. But when it does, you'll know, he said, and I nodded. He patted my shoulder and yawned. Well, you better get some more rest. I'll see you later, bud. It was at that point I remembered that he didn't turn up for English. His seat was vacant. Wait, I said, throat feeling a lot less like Satan's asshole thanks to the water. That's the second time he's made a fucking Satan comparison. The first one was Satan's balls. The second one is Satan's asshole. So, a little cringe for you, because holy fuck. Also, I was just curious. The middle is a different color. So that was only one cringe. Thanks to the water. Why weren't you in English? And why did you... He gently interrupted me. I think he's being nice because I'm sick. I was busy, was all he said before giving me one last smile. One I definitely recognized as a fake one before walking out my room. Out of my room. Out of my room. Out of my room. Out of my room. This is constant. This is jail. And shutting the door. Also, my throat is killing itself, so... Oh my god. Okay. The world outside is eerily quiet, with murmurs permeating in the chilly air, warming on the throes of the incoming spring air, bringing the annual migrations of colds, coughs, and flus. That was a nightmare of a sentence. Thank you so much for that. That was great. This year seemed to be more lethal as some news reports... Yes. Yes! It does. Thank you for asking, Kat. It was really bad. Okay, nobody panic. Nobody panic. Okay, shh, shh. This year seemed to be more lethal as some news reports flooded the dorm TV and radios of people actively dying in hospitals because of a strange shortage of vital supplies. Miss Peabody was right to be angry and frightened when she diagnosed me with the flu. It's very possible that I have the same strain of influenza that has been killing more people than usual. If this was months ago, before my father's arrest, I'd very possibly be celebrating the endemic, wiping off the homeless and lessening the burden on the taxpayers' money for running shelters. But living in this rundown dorm with single glazing windows. How long is this sentence? Hold on, this is all the same sentence. With single glazing windows and poor insulation somehow altered my perception of the social classes beneath me because I am now one of them. So that's one sentence. Please fucking relax. The worst thing is that since my father got arrested and my brief stay in the clinic, my mother has made no effort to contact me. I would call her, but the only working phone on the premises is the one in Miss Danvers' office, and I'm barred from entering the main building and all subsequent buildings until I recover or die. And it's only been 2 days since I fell sick. I find it a miracle that I'm still writing in this diary despite Vance telling me to get as much bed rest as possible. Well, a half a page long, and I mean, I guess it's possible, but I really think it's unnecessary. Like, I like periods. They're a little bit of break. They're a bit of a break sometimes. It's a real treat for me. A shitty, not very good reader. It was, yeah. Reading and writing is so awesome. I love this shit. Okay, I find it a miracle that I'm still writing this diary despite Vance telling me to get as much bed rest as possible. But I couldn't sleep from this stuffy nose. I keep blowing into cheapo one-ply tissues. In the end, I settled for sitting at my desk and watching out the window at the empty landscape. An occasional prefect will wander in my view wearing a mask over their mouths, yelling at students to get indoors, and just a moment ago he looked my direction, saw me, and shouted, "Keep your nose clean," before storming off like I pissed in his apple juice. They love pissing, it seems. Pissing in things. So that's good. No contact, no food, just me eating these fruit. Okay, but even then, it's a struggle to keep it down as I keep rushing to the toilets to throw up. During those trips to the bathroom, I saw firsthand how bad the epidemic was. You see social students like jocks no longer congregating in one place, but straying as far away from each other as possible. Face masks being sold for exorbitant prices, the cola machine being empty for once, the windows sealed at the edges with duct tapes, and a nerd sit... Okay, that is not real. Yes. It's so fucking awesome. Okay. I'm gonna finish this. And a nerd sitting by the radio looking like they're preparing for the collapse of society. Oh, of course, it's going to be Ernest keeping an ear out as he fiddled with the dials on the handmade radio with a solar cell attached to it. He turned the bin upside down by the window so it'll act as a little station. It is a COVID plotline. But this was started and finished in 2018. So they wrote about COVID before COVID was even a thought on anyone's mind, which is absolutely insane to me. Gord Vendome's downward spiral single-handedly caused COVID-19 to exist, and I will die on that hill. Yeah, 2018 was when this was written. So, they caused COVID to happen. This is it. This is what did it. I can't, and okay, there's notes on this chapter, or like a comment. We'll read the comment in a minute. It's fucking insane. Okay, here we go. This is my favorite plotline. It's so fucking awesome. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Yes, okay. "Hey, what's the latest news?" I asked, voice still sore as I held a blanket around my shoulders, and he gave me a weary glance. "Hospitals are still in low supplies. Rumor has it that the top 1% of wealthy people are buying the supplies so that the poor will all die out and they can hire foreigners with no knowledge on workers' rights to underpay in the jobs left empty." Okay, that first bit is news, but the rest is pure bullshit, I sigh, and he glared at me. "Wouldn't you have done that kind of thing?" "No," I snap. "I got poor friends." Have. He rolled his eyes. You don't have friends, just lackeys like Vance. Vance is not a lackey, I argue, but I had to calm down or my stomach will be barfed out my mouth. Out of! If I have to fucking read one more excuse me, there's plenty of plot issues, and I love the plot issues. Grammar issue, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Okay. Anyway. What is going on around the school? Have all lessons been canceled? Yes, Ernest pursed his lips. It was yesterday they called an emergency meeting in the staff room and they decided to cancel all lessons for 2 weeks as effective as... Not the 2 weeks thing as well. That's insane. Just a little 2-week shutdown and then we can get back to normal. But anyway... Wow. Yeah, he sighed heavily. I even had to cancel all G&G sessions because half of us got flu. Dude. The nerd characters and the rich characters would always use proper grammar while talking. I'm sorry. If you are going to write something, characterize them properly, please. This is too... Wow, thanks. So I got the flu. Yeah. Okay. What a shame. The mention of G&G made me think of Duncan. I wonder how things are looking in Blue Skies and New Coventry and Bulworth Town in the Vale. I look at Ernest's face. He seems tired, but not as pale and sick as the others. Are you sick? This is just like real life. Yeah. Wow, so cool. No, he murmured, and went back to turning dials on the radio, bringing crackling voices and trashy pop music. As he changed tunes, I suddenly hear New Coventry being mentioned. Wait! I quickly shout, and he stared at me. What was that about New Coventry? Does Bulworth have its own radio station? Without saying anything, he tuned the radio until it got to what I heard. State of emergency has been declared by the mayor of Bulworth, with looting and arson being committed by the residents, including youths. Fuck, I breathed, feeling dizzy. Looting? Arson? And the police forces are now calling in SWAT teams to control the rioting subsequent of the influenza epidemic, with the pharmacies being cleared of all their products. It's not known whether individuals are armed or not. So the police are going to okay, holy fuck. So the police are going to call in backup, armed to the teeth with tear gas, water cannons, and even bigger guns. My mind wanders to Vance, helpful, patient Vance, living on his own after the downfall of his parents' lives. But then I remember that he mentioned something about childcare. Why? Is he a babysitter too? Is he trying to earn... Oh my god, I forgot! Oh my god, this is getting too 2020, yeah! The fucking rioting shit. I mean, like... Okay. My god, this is... It's so good. I can't believe they wrote this. It's so good. Is he trying to earn money in any way caring for babies of drug-abusing mothers? Hey, Gord, I suddenly hear him cry out, and I almost... Yes, it's mentioned in this chapter. Okay. I suddenly hear him cry out, and I almost fell over from surprise as I turned to see him. He stood there, no gel in his hair as it flopped over his forehead and almost covering his sweat-coated face. His breathing was labored, with pained groans like he just swam a marathon. His skin paled in comparison to mine as he stood out starkly with his black clothing contrasting. He is obviously very sick. What are you doing? He asked wearily. You gotta get some bed rest. But my focus was on his dull eyes and dry lips. Even his hair had lost its healthy flair. Then I saw how baggy his clothes looked against his trembling body. I exchanged a concerned glance with Ernest, who looked like he was about to shit himself. Even he noticed. Vance, I murmured and stepped closer, but he stepped back with his hands up. Let me. I didn't say what I was going to do, but I reached up, to hell with my health, and brushed back his hair from flopping over his eyes and saw an intensely red fever across his face. Not really how fevers work, but okay. Cleverly camouflaged with his red hair. I inhaled aghast, and his eyes moistened. The kid I've been babysitting, they died of pneumonia. His parents told me he had a cold. Child? Out of nowhere? Let's go! Who made this? Who wrote this? What is happening? What is happening? This is so awesome. Who did this? Okay, anyway, let's get those comments. Reading this in 2020 with a pandemic is a trip and a half. Rereading my fix during the pandemic, I totally agree. I can't believe I predicted shortages and everything else. I think they're a fucking, they're in on something. I don't know who. The CIA, maybe? I don't know. Somebody. But it's psychopathic. Everything about this is insane. And that was chapter 4. That took me fucking forever. Oh, ready through the mama? Yeah. Okay. Vance lives off campus. Luckily for the school, only chapter 4. Dude, we've got 11 of these bad boys. Let's go. Let's go. Realistically, the only like beefy good chapters are the first 10. 11 is like a epilogue kind of thing. So 10 realistically, but chapter 11 is still pretty bad too, despite it being shorter than all the others. Very exciting stuff. Okay, Vance lives off campus. Luckily for the school, they don't have to look after him. But unfortunately for him, he's living on his own with the landlord ready to boot him out without notice. That's illegal. It's why after he told Ernest and I about his circumstances, I found myself packing some things into a suitcase and walking into Miss Danvers' office, where the secretary sat at her desk with a scowl as she saw me enter. You may wait. Quietly. Very quietly, she said. Or snarled. I need to contact my mother, I asked, and she pursed her lips. No need. I have already contacted all parents of students living on campus to let them know of the situation, and that the situation is to keep everyone on grounds until the epidemic has passed, including my mother. I asked, and she sighed impatiently. Including Mrs. Vendome. You may return to your dorm. Can you notify her that I'll be temporarily staying with a friend off campus? I requested, and she gave me a funny look. Vendome, this is Bullworth. Kids go wherever the heck they want because we are not a hippie nation where we helicopter every move they make. If your mother calls, I'll let her know. But don't do anything stupid to drag down the school's reputation like dying in a ditch. Okay? No, it's not. I stopped myself, mostly because my ongoing headache is making me dizzy. No problem, thank you. Then I left. Vance was still in my bedroom, thankfully, but when he saw my suitcase, he frowned and opened his mouth. I interrupted. If you got pneumonia... And this kid now is... No, he's not. He is doing, like, main character level shit off screen! Like, this is the most main character ass, like... events, especially in order that's happening, and he's just not there half the time, and it's fucking awesome. Oh fuck. If you got pneumonia, you'll need someone to watch over you. You can barely take care of yourself, he murmured. True, but fact is, neither of us can look after ourselves. We might as well just ride through our sicknesses together. So, he said, growing surprised, you want to sleep over at my place? I nodded. Yes. It might be his pneumonia, but he shook his head in amazement. Gord, I get that you care because I haven't pummeled you into the ground, but that's going too far, even for friends. Wouldn't your friends do the same thing? I argued. They would, but they got the flu, and I got pneumonia, Gord. He trailed off into a sudden coughing fit, hunched over and gasping for air. Sleep over space, yeah. Lots of fucking grammar problems, but here we are. Grammar, spelling, British slang, it's all terrible. He fell forward to his knees, holding his stomach, and I dropped... Oh my god, is he gonna cough up blood? Be honest. Holding his stomach, and I dropped to his level and held his shoulders. He looked up, looking even more exhausted than ever in the past hour. He rasped, I can't be around other people. Have you seen a doctor? I asked slowly, and he shook his head, hanging it. Can't afford one. The one I took the kid's body to... Oh my god... took his blood and tested it for the bacterial infection, so he said it's likely I got it. You should see, I bit my tongue. He can't afford one, but I can. Wait here. Not like I can run a marathon, he rolled his eyes, but obediently stayed as I rifled through mine. What? He shouldn't have to take the body. The parents of the kid should. What is going on? What is happening? But anyway, obediently stayed as I rifled through my suitcase and pulled out a small black box with blue velvet lining, opening it to see various trinkets that I gathered from overseas trips with my family, mostly pure gold coins from embassies and foreign gangsters hired by my father as a thanks for his services. I took out a platinum ring with a head-sized ruby embedded on top. It came from a trip to Nigeria when I was 5 years old, where I first discovered how rough lawyer work can get from the long hours my father put into researching the politics of local tribes. I don't remember the outcome of the trial, but my father was given a small box of jewelry as payment and he accepted it. He gave me the ring because it's the cheapest part of the package, but I'm sure that platinum and rubies will fetch a pretty price for quick cash. Vance, let's go to your place, I asked him, and pocketed the ring. I got an idea. Vance wasn't happy with my decision. It took a long time to get us to his place since he's still really sick, but we made it. Dude, I don't think leaving was the wisest choice, considering he has fucking pneumonia. And you have some weird version of the flu that you fucking made up. Hello? I've had pneumonia before. It was like the very beginning of pneumonia, and then I guess I fucking lived or some shit, and then it stopped being pneumonia. I don't remember what happened, but it sucked ass. Whatever it was fucking awful. Like, they had to take me in for an x-ray of like my lungs or some shit. I have no idea what it was. My mom had to convince me to like lift my arms to do the x-ray or whatever. Both the doctor and her thought it was because I was scared to do the x-ray. I don't remember being scared. I remember feeling like such dog shit that I didn't fucking want to lift my arms because it hurt so bad. And having the full-blown version of pneumonia, because that wasn't even, like, real pneumonia that I had. It was, like, the beginning, right? So, he fucking, walked to New Coventry from Bulworth, like, the school? I think so. Sorry. Not real. A lie. A fib, if you will. But anyway, despite the heavy presence of armed officers prowling the streets and far more police patrols than usual, we went to his home, which was one of the many flats in the rundown area of New Coventry. It's not far from the tenements where they usually hang out at, but it's also close enough to the doctor's surgery for me to organize a house visit. I said, oh, do you need help finding it? Or is it in my car? Did you check my car? It might be in there. That's where I leave it. So I threw accident and it is gone. Wow. So cool. Well, I hope you find it soon. At least it's in your room somewhere and you've like narrowed the search down. So that's good. Good luck. I believe in you. I feel like I should help. But whatever. That's fine, I guess. Maybe it slipped into a pocket dimension like that piece of chicken I dropped earlier today. 'Cause that makes sense. That would suck though. But anyway. Oh, please come back from the pocket dimension. No! Come back. And you have such a cute phone case on right now, too. So it's literally even worse. This is terrible. Okay. While you're looking lost in earbud a while, well, hopefully she finds that too in the pocket dimension. Okay, I'm going to continue. Well, Vance relaxed on the sofa, trying to relax after another. You can't say while he's relaxing, he is trying to relax. Okay, I'm reading it again. That's too bad. While Vance relaxed on the sofa, trying to relax after another coughing fit, I got on the phone to the local doctors and organized for one to come do a home visit. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, someone knocked on the door and Vance's eyes widened. Crap, the others don't know that you're here. Relax, I called for a doctor, I said calmly, but he grew horrified. You what? He yelled and sat up, flinching and holding his chest. I can't afford one, and they still charge even for calling them out. I got you covered, I explained, and held out the platinum ring. His mouth hung open. It's not important to me anymore. I can just sell it at the pawn shop if the doctor insists on being paid with cash. Gord, he bleated, but I answered the door, and a man with a long brown overcoat grunted in greeting. I'm Dr. Shade. Where's the patient? In here, I answered and showed him to Vance, who just sat there looking like he shrunk by how he's hunched over in silence. Aside from the occasional coughing fit, Vance's flat isn't that big. It only seems to consist of a large main room with a kitchen corner, 2 bedrooms, and a bath. That's fucking gigantic. Not big would be like 1 bedroom, a main room with a connected kitchen, and a bathroom. 2 bedrooms is huge. What are you saying? Rent must be crazy. Anyway, the doctor looked around at the ceiling and corners, seeming to look for damp or mold, but surprisingly there weren't any. How long have you felt these symptoms? He gruffed and took off his fedora. Fedora? For me? Oh man, he's ridiculous. Showing a middle-aged man with short, graying black hair and a close-shaved fedora? Yes! And a close-shaved chin beset with early onset of wrinkles. I feel like it should be an early onset, but whatever. No doubt from the pressure of his job. He stood in front of Vance and he gulped as he looked at him. About 2 days after you declared that kid dead. It was tragic. Dr. Shade clicked his tongue and opened his bag, tugging out a thermometer. And you suspect you got pneumonia too? Yeah. All right, let's do some tests, he said before turning to me. And what's your name, young man? I'm Gord Vendome. You already know Vance. Ah, Vendome, he muttered and nodded. Could you make some coffee for me, please? I was just about to have one before you called. No problem. Thank you for coming out. What a weird thing to ask. Anyway, thank you for coming out, I said gratefully, and looked at the redhead sitting on the sofa, staring at me with dull eyes. Do you still have any coffee? He nodded with a grunt and pointed vaguely at the cupboards in the corner. Top shelf, but boil the water first to save time. I've only seen someone make instant coffee once in Harrington House, and it was like witchcraft. Of course, most of the boys would rather drink a proper brewed coffee from the espresso machine, but 1 teaspoonful of coffee grounds dissolved into hot water seems to be enough. Hopefully, the dusty coffee that Vance's late father kept in the cupboard will be up to Dr. Shade's taste. Not bad. For a rich kid, you made this crappy brand taste decent. He fucking put coffee into water. What do you mean? I'll just accept that as a compliment. While Dr. Shade ran his tests, I wrote in this diary while listening to them talk in murmurs. Vance sounded upset at one point, but the doctor reassured him about something. And you're not fucking listening? Huh? Whatever. Minutes later, the consultation ended with Dr. Shade writing something down on a paper slip and handed it to me. I know you have the flu. That is rather apparent. But you're more able-bodied to go to the pharmacy than this wreck of a human. Oh my god, that's so fucking lame. I'm gonna kill myself. Okay, he said humorously, and Vance snorted, lying back on the sofa. He pointed at him pointedly. I'm sorry, he what? Since Grace is looking for her phone, I will do myself the service of cringing. because holy fuck, that was so bad. And you need to be in bed, not in this chilly room. If you got central heating, turn it on. You need plenty of water, bed rest, and a whole course of antibiotics that Vendome will fetch you. All right, Vance grumbled and slowly stood up with a sigh, like he just managed to fall asleep before trudging his way to one of the bedrooms. Dr. Shade turned to me. And that concludes my visit. You won't need to pay for the medication as long as you show them that slip, but you only need to pay me. Right, one thing first. I inhaled and took out the ring. I do not have any cash, but will this do? It's a diamond cut ruby set on platinum. Huh, he blinked in surprise, and carefully accepted the piece of jewelry. Well, this is very nice. Are you sure? Yes, I say, nodding. I only kept it for sentimental reasons, but there's more value, monetarily speaking, and it only makes sense to pay with it. I see, Dr. Shade muttered, examining the metal and the gem before pocketing it with an agreeing nod. Done. Although, with its value, you might have paid me too much. I shrug. Include the time it took for you to get here and back. Then it's fair, yes? Agreed, he said with an air of finality and turned to the door. Farewell, Vendome. Keep an eye out on your health, too. And with that, he shut the door. The only doctors I've met are the ones who hire my father's services and our own family doctor, who surely fled to Venezuela the second my father got arrested. And they were all not as nice as Dr. Shade. As far as rich doctors go, they're pretty much all stuck-up assholes who only cared about making money from overcharging on consultations and then denying responsibility whenever malpractice is committed at their clinics. Common complaints from staff included excessively long shifts, which made them tired and thus performed well with surgeries. Well, maybe lower-income doctors are nicer because they're motivated by helping the poor and not charging too much. Okay. I thought of the ring and panicked for a moment because what if my father calls me to send in jewelry to sell to help him hire a lawyer? But then I remembered that he's allowed to defend himself in court, which is literally the most notoriously dumb thing to do if you fucking got a court case thing to do. Do not represent yourself. Are you stupid? One. Don't talk to the cops without a lawyer, and then don't represent yourself in court. Those are the two rules. Hello? Even if you're a lawyer, especially if you're a lawyer. Huh? Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. Gord, I hear Vance call out. I got up and went to see him just sitting there on the edge of his bed. He's only got a cracked bedside lamp switched onto a very low light. I avoided turning the room's light on. What's up? I owe you big time, he murmured. I rolled my eyes. Then don't. Huh? Just let me stay here and count that as paying me back, I insist, and glanced at the prescription in my hand. It says that Vance is to take a course of antibiotics for the next 6 months. Christ. I'm going to get the antibiotics for you. I'll just be 10 minutes, unless these pharmacies require their pauper client. Oh my god. Another pauper mention. I'm sorry. It's too much. Another cringe. Pauper clientele to sign lots of paperwork. I heard the bed shift and looked in time for him to hold my sleeve, not making 6 holes. That feels wrong. Hold on. How? Okay. Pneumonia recovery time. 1 to 2 weeks. For other, it can take a month or longer. Oh, Popper, sip of water for me. Congratulations, I left a sip of water for you. Much better than my Immortal, I think. They got a little excessive in my Immortal. Thank God Gord Vendome's downward spiral is a little subtler. Okay. Anyway. Not making eye contact with me as he swayed slightly. Vance? Sorry, he muttered and let go. Don't hang out for too long. You don't exactly blend in. My eyes fell on his leather jacket, which he left lying on the floor. What if I borrow your jacket? It's got more pockets than my trousers. He nodded and crawled back into bed. Yeah, don't get mugged. He yawned and then he fell silent. In Bullworth, you keep your guard up. Any sign of vulnerability is a sign that you're asking to be swirlied, but whatever, wedgied, being spat at, pushed around, get textbooks stolen, but looking at Vance's sleeping face, still filmed in sweat, as he breathed raggedly, helped me remember that everyone has a vulnerable side. Does my father see that in his clients when their lives are in his hands? Does he feel the same motivation to help like I did from looking at Vance? Wow, so cool. Luckily, the pharmacy was open when I walked inside, and empty save for a worker at the till yawning. Good day, kid. What can I help find you? What? I'll buy you before someone steals my textbook. They're so expensive. What a good thing to steal, now that I think about it. You could sell those for insane money. Disgusting profits, even. Coming up with a crime ring thing with textbook stealing. Okay, what can I help you find you? Very good. Condoms? Lube? I spluttered and he laughed. No thanks. I got a prescription for antibiotics, I stated, and handed the paper over and he examined it, frowning. I got just the stuff. Give me a couple minutes. Then he went into the back of the shop and left me alone. I had an interesting time looking at prices for the general over-the-counter medicines. I still can't believe they sell less effective medicine for cheap. Oh, what? It's for like normal shit, like headache. Are you stupid? Hello? What is happening? Here you go, the owner said, and he returned and handed me a brown paper bag which rattled. Enough drugs to treat the army. Literally. Hope you get better, cause when it's flu season, these are a lifeline keeping you from death. This is pneumonia. A little different, and the pharmacy guy would fucking know that, but whatever. I've got just I'd hope so. It's the pharmacy. Yeah, you're right. I shivered and took the bag. Thanks. Have a good day. Don't tell me how to run my day, he joked, rolling his eyes, and I gave him an uncomfortable nod before leaving quickly. Wow, thank God we're out of there. So many different, like, chunks we're doing right now. This is, like, the third one. There's a lot. Okay, anyway. It's been a couple of hours since I gave Vance the first course of antibiotics. He also took some painkillers too. I haven't seen Dragon Dash, but I'm sorry they stole it. That's very sad. He also took some painkillers too for the headaches and muscle pain. God, he's taking an assortment of drugs, it seems. But even then, I can see how much discomfort he's in. Have a good day. Don't tell me what to do. I love saying that. It's so silly. I haven't neglected my own health either, as I lied down on the sofa with a bottle of water and a bucket in case I felt like throwing up. Welcome back, and congrats on your earbuds, even though they technically aren't Cat's earbuds. That is big. This is so huge. And thank God you could come back and do more cringes for me, because I had to do like 2 by myself, and it was terrible. Ew. Missed you. Also, nothing interesting happened. I don't think. Unless you were listening, in which case you would know. But anyway, as I lied down on the sofa with a bottle of water and a bucket in case I felt like throwing up, I managed to fall asleep for like 10 minutes, but then I woke up and couldn't go back under, so I wrote in this diary. Obviously. So this flu seemed determined to keep me down because my joints and eyes started hurting more than ever. I can barely hold this pen still without shaking so much it wriggles the letter. Ugh. And this stupid dry cough is making my chest sore too. I took some painkillers as well, but there's only so much that cheap tablets can do. Unfortunately, I have to keep washing my handkerchief in the sink because of my runny nose having no end to discharging snot. Oh, gross. Also, I feel like a wet handkerchief would make your nose feel bad, but go off. Only been here a few hours. Okay. And I already have a snapshot of what a Popper's drink for cat home life is like. I can't imagine raising kids in a cramped space like this and expect them to grow up successful. Okay, 2 bedrooms and a living room. Fucking, that's crazy. But at least Vance had his own bedroom. I suppose many others like him don't have the luxury of even having their own private space because some parents are just too flippant, believing that as long as you keep having kids, life's problems will be automatically solved and they'll get free money and handouts for something that is easily preventable. Gotta sleep. I love gotta sleep. I fucking hate the pores. I'm going to sleep. Okay, Gord, thank you so much. That's great. I don't know. He's such a fucking doofus. Can't stand this guy. Okay, anyway. Hours later, when it's completely dark outside and the drunks and wandering like, huh? Fuck the pores. Alright, gotta catch some yeah. That's so him. Okay, anyway, hours later, when it's completely dark outside and the drunks and wandering like zombies, I stirred upon hearing a toilet flush loudly and watched as Vance left the bathroom holding his forehead. Shit, he murmured, then almost jumped when he saw me. Gord, what are you... Oh. Hey, I greeted him tiredly and sat up. Feeling the same? Yeah, sorry, I forgot you were here, he admitted. It's... Oh, no. It's freaking cold tonight. Is the heating turned on? I asked, and he snorted. Nuh-uh. It's cut off because we made no payment. I mean, I made no payment. Electricity will be the next to shut off. Get to bed. We'll worry about that later. Join me? He suddenly murmured, and I did a double take. Sorry? Never mind, he sighed, but I definitely heard him. It's just that I was in disbelief. Come on, I got up. Don't you both... Dude, I know! It's gonna be terrible! Okay. I'm going to kill myself. I got up and he cracked a smile. You really like that jacket, huh? No wonder I've been feeling so cozy. I was still wearing Vance's jacket. A leather jacket, a notoriously shitty thing to wear because it's... I don't know, leather is uncomfortable. Napoleon's contagious stuff. I know, it's terrible. But he's got the flu, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's terrible. Okay, I quickly took it off and dropped it on the sofa. The sudden movement worsened my foggy dizziness. I forgot to take it off. I have, but he still smiled. Let's get into bed already. I'm freezing. Yeah. The flu, pneumonia, it's basically the same. I'm writing this the next morning while attempting to eat 2 pieces of toast from bread that is dangerously close to molding. With a U. But last night was still a surreal experience only witnessed in sci-fi movies. Oh my god. Huh? We went into bed together and at first nothing happened. I'm sure it's a bad idea to have someone with the flu sleeping with a pneumonia sufferer. I love pneumonia sufferer. That's awesome. I love reading. I've stopped cringing because I'm like in it now. It's so funny. This is probably realistically, well, Vance's parents have died, so they might be in their room. Who knows? But anyway, love you, pneumonia sufferer. But the second we pulled the covers over us, I felt warm again. Not how that works, but go off. Vance's bed is surprisingly comfy. Okay, just kidding. It is Vance's bed, so definitely a twin. But the mattress is dipped in the middle from years of use, so I was automatically rolled against him. That's fucking weird. I expected him to swear and push me away, but he just chuckled and a cringe. I can't do it. It's so bad. This is worse than the jerk off part. I might die. But he just chuckled and pressed our sweaty foreheads together. I almost passed out. Hey what's your tale, Nightingale? He whispered. Okay, nope, I've got another cringe. Yeah, you were probably pretty... Yeah. a little too close. Someone go sit on the couch. I stared at his eyes. Flu mostly, but it could be a cold for all I know. Just don't catch my pneumonia. Are you stupid? Hello? Whatever. Okay, anyway, he murmured, and his and his breath ghosted over my lips. Throwing myself into the ocean. Goodbye. Grace, where's my cringes? Do I have to do all of this myself? I did too. Ew, germs. I'm sorry about the germs. It is gross. With a hint of cigarettes too. Very terrible. You need to stop smoking. No, that's okay. I love you. You need to stop smoking, I say randomly, and he sighed. It helps me relax. Seriously, I insist. Your lungs are damaged. It's why you caught pneumonia really easily. It's a disease affecting your lungs. Ugh, he groaned and moved to lie on his back. But you smoke too. Curses. It de-stresses me, I state simply. That's what he said. That's what he said, but slightly different. His eyes opened and he turned to me once again. I'll quit if you quit too. Fine then, I huff. Shake on it? All right. My hand moved under the duvet and it found his. Fingers clasped around each other. I was having spacious. The smoking is a no. Yeah. They're gross. Okay, and it will literally get worse. So hold on. Fingers crossed around each other and intertwined. Okay, let me reread that with more emphasis on where the periods are located. My hand moved under the duvet and it found his. Fingers clasped around each other. So that already didn't make any sense. Then there's a period. End of sentence. And intertwined. Wow. Happy 9:05, everybody. That's crazy. Time passes so fast when you're having a terrible time. Also, okay. This is so fucking irrelevant, but I saw it on my desk and got excited. Thank you for your happy 9:05s. They're appreciated as always. So I moved my, what the fuck? My sweatshirt off the ground from, oh, I thought someone was sweeping. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, but I was moving it off the ground or whatever from behind. Yeah. Me today. Except I wasn't. I was actually having kind of a nice time until the end of work. But whatever. But anyway, point is I noticed something yellow on the ground. I was like, wow, that's weird. Let me take a closer look. It's my embroidery floss that I lost like 2 months ago. How did it get there? I have no idea, but I'm really glad that I found it because I'm running out of yellow. For the Bulworth patch that I've been working on. Oh my god, hi Floss, yeah! I hope work is good tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. Dude, me too. It's so awesome. Except it pisses me off when I find it after I've bought a replacement. That's pretty terrible. But otherwise it's fine. But no, I fucking totally forgot. So I do habits or whatever, right? And if I do my habits good enough, I get myself a little treat. I forgot to fucking do my sketchbook and work out today because my fucking VR headset was broken and I can't work out if I don't gamify it a little bit. So, yeah. Literally the worst day ever, essentially. I'm almost definitely past 60%, so it's not a huge deal, but also I am going to commit a hate crime against myself if I don't work out tomorrow. Because that's like 2 days in a row that I haven't worked out properly. Okay, anyway. We're moving on. Sorry. Didn't mean to just fucking Okay, I'm focusing. We're focusing. Our eyes met again, and his smile faded into what I perceived as seriousness. Oh my god. Have you been kissed by anyone other than Jimmy? Oh. This is terrible. They're going to kiss. They're so nasty. No. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Have you been kissed by anyone other than Jimmy? None of your business, friend. You're sick in more ways than one. Like, you're literally sick and you're sick. Like, an insult. For some reason, we laughed. Now it's my turn to embarrass him. Friend was also very bad. You're right. I will cringe for friend. It was pretty terrible. Okay, anyway. Have you been kissed by a guy before that wasn't Jimmy? He shut his eyes. Or said, wait, what? Now it's my turn to embarrass him. Have you been kissed? Like, okay, maybe get a little. Sorry, I don't get. Dude, no kidding. Like, I don't kiss people when they've thrown up. I don't kiss people when I've thrown up. If the vibe is slightly wrong, get the fuck away from me. We are not kissing. I'm sorry. We're not doing it. Get away from me. Anyway. Now it's my turn to embarrass him. Have you been kissed by a guy before that wasn't Jimmy? He shut his eyes, our hands still together. Yeah. Who was it? Johnny Vincent. The shock almost woke me from my illness, but he doesn't know that. Huh? He explained tiredly. Oh, yeah, me too. There was a party. We all got drunk. Some of us remembered stealing Knight's helmets from Harrington House and playing jousting on our bikes and brooms. But he didn't remember me kissing him in the bathroom. Okay, they got drunk and he didn't remember. But I'm calling the police as well. But at least he doesn't like remember. And it wasn't like they were both drunk. That's a little better, but not great. At least Lola doesn't know, I comment, and he grinned. Too bad only I remember. Man, no wonder Lola likes him. He's a pretty good kisser. Yeah, gave me butterflies, and I never thought I'd meet someone who could do that until then and now. Now? My heart is thudding away as I'm writing all of this down. I'm going to commit a war crime. I'm going to read the Geneva Convention so I can learn what is the wrong thing to do and then do it. Because the next thing that happened to me, because the next thing that happened then, that was terrible, was me murmuring, no wonder I read it wrong the first time, now, and watching his face grow a deeper shade of red, even deeper than the fever I'm going through. He moved only an inch closer and exhaled, oh my god. In case I die tonight, will you kiss me? No. You're sick. Thick over. That'd be it for me. I'd be like, no. You're gross. Sorry. Gotta go. Okay. It might have been because we're in bed together far away from the school with dizzying conditions, but dude, me too. Oh my god. But I shifted closer, shut my eyes, and kissed his burning lips. I remember the low, approving hum vibrating his mouth. And you know what? Another for the gross kiss. I have no idea. They are already sitting insanely fucking close. Thank you for your cringes. His tense hold on my hand, relaxing, vibrating hum was very bad. On the mouth. Vibrating his mouth. Thank God. Loved vibrating his mouth. My favorite activity is vibrating my mouth. His tense hold on my hand relaxing and the bed creaking as we finally relaxed together. It was only a simple kiss with me pressing my lips against his, but somehow it's more deeply inspiring than the kiss I shared with Duncan. Is there a bee in there? in his mouth? Maybe. Maybe that's what you get when you get pneumonia is a bee in your mouth. So that's cool. The pneumonia is crazy. I opened my eyes just as he did, and his blush didn't disappear, only blending in with his fever. You're not going to die, you pleb, I joke, and he huffed, but seems finally satisfied. If you die, I'll sue you. Same, he yawned. The rare pneumonia bird. B. Rare pneumonia B. Wow. It is contagious, the typos. Someone do something. Maybe this is all one strange fever dream I'm having, and any second I'll wake up in the freezing dorm. But if it wasn't for Vance's warmth, spelling mistake in the group chat, everybody point and laugh. Okay. But if it wasn't for Vance's warmth, I'd have fully believed that none of this was real. It's a dream that I hope would never end. Having pneumonia and kissing? Cool dream, man. Very good. Anyway, because of school being cancelled and the flu epidemic still hitting Bulworth hard, there's not really much to do in our newfound free time apart from looking through some magazines and books that Vance's father had accumulated. Apparently, he hoarded all these motorbike magazines in the hopes that they'll become rare collectibles, but did nothing to store them properly, so some of the pages have creases, and the older ones yellowed from exposure to sunlight. Maybe he had better rims. Yeah, I agree. It's because of him that I got into making and fixing bikes, Vance admitted as we sat on his bed. He may have been a crappy dad, but he taught me everything there is about bikes before I went to Bulworth. Yeah? But it was Mom that taught me sewing so I can patch up jeans and jackets. It's true. I saw the sewing machine in the corner of the main room. Okay, I don't know why I would need to be told it's true. I just believed him by default, but okay. In the corner of the main room, sadly gathering dust since its previous owner passed on. Vance seemed to really want to work on it, but the minute he stood up, he held onto me to stop falling over. Damn it, he groaned, and I helped him lie down. I really want to do something. He trailed off before coughing violently into his hand. He tried to hide the bloody phlegm. That's gross, but I saw and held his wrist, giving him a concerned look. I'll get you some tissues and water. Ew, indeed. They kissed, and he's, like, coughing up blood. Oh my god, that's so nasty. I'm gonna kill myself. I'll get you some tissues and water. You need to take the next antibiotic in a few minutes for the morning dose. Great. At least you'll get to swallow them with water. Mine tastes disgusting if I don't drink them down in time. Huh? Just drink them with water. I don't understand. Like, you are actively choosing not to. He has a fucking tap. He snorted with a grin as we both simultaneously remembered his crude joke about me preferring to swallow. That was forever ago. I, as an audience member, no longer recall. Sorry. Not real. I do remember, but I'm pretending I don't, because it's been so long. As well as lying down and drinking water, I thought of the bag of fruit that I took with me that Vance gave me. We both tried chopping some apples into small chip slices, but even then small nibbles would turn our stomachs. It was then I noticed I was an idiot for not realizing that Vance has the flu and pneumonia. Shouldn't patients like him be in A&E? Psst. What's A&E? Let me Google it. Wow. It's a cable network. Oh. It's a fucking British thing. Accident and Emergency Services. American and England. You were closer. But no, it's a fucking British thing. So it's just the ER, but for British people. I'm offended. They didn't do their America research at all. Let's get it together. I'm running out of water. This is a nightmare. Okay, anyway. He wasn't improving. He got worse. Thank you for letting me know 2 times in 2 sentences. The next few days were painful for me as he seemed to deteriorate, resorting to just lying down in bed and complaining and grumbles if the room's light is switched on or the curtains aren't keeping the dull sunlight out. He should not be this sensitive to light. Thank you for letting me know. Meanwhile, I struggled through coughing and vomiting to care for him just like my old nanny. I remembered being given ice cubes to melt in my mouth because I wasn't drinking anything, and it seemed to work because I wasn't exhausting energy to swallow anything so much. I looked through Vance's freezer, and thankfully there was a huge bag of ice in there and took one out to give to him. Just slowly suck on this ice cube, I instructed, carefully slipping the ice cube past his lips, and he sat up, resting with the bag against the small mountain of pillows I borrowed from his parents' room. If you can't eat, at least this'll hydrate you. He said nothing, just staring ahead as I watched his lower jaw move with his tongue rolling with the ice around. That's really fucking weird. Why would I watch someone do that? Yeah. Maybe you won't get more sick if you don't make out or whatever. So weird. I still kept the lights off, even the main room lights, because any sorts of light would have been a huge discomfort for him. Luckily, the electricity is going to go out soon anyway, so it doesn't even matter. What would his parents have done to treat him? I'll try one too, I mumble, and pop an ice cube in my mouth, and a welcoming drop in temperature cooled my tongue. I couldn't believe my family doctor didn't give me this method when I had a bad bout of flu years ago. Then again, my nanny grew up poor, and I suppose poor people made more discoveries when they're under financial pressure. Fucking psychotic that we're talking about this right now, but go off, Gord. Thank you so much. Pressure makes diamonds, but pressure can only make you rich if your diamond of an idea is valuable enough. Yet anyone can put an ice cube in their mouth to hydrate them, which proves that excellent ideas should be accessible by everyone regardless of social class. Huh? What are these super... Yeah. It's an ice cube. Like, sure, I'm sure it's like, I'm sure it tastes nice or whatever, but what are you saying? Ice is in the average Joe's fridge. Like, so long as you're not fucking homeless, I'm pretty sure you can get a piece of ice. To be honest. And shit, even if you're homeless, you could probably just, like, walk into a fucking Taco Bell and go, at the fucking ice machine. There you go. Free ice. I like crunching ice cubes. Yeah, I agree. Okay, what's your favorite ice cube shape? Be honest. Is it the nugget ones? Hold on. Is it the nugget ones? IKEA has nugget ice, and that's how you know IKEA is good. Because of the nugget ice. I like the crushed ice is okay. I'm a big fan, because nugget ice is basically crushed ice, but like packed a little bit. Fucking love nuggets ice. Me too. It rocks. Best ice hands down. Okay, ice tier list. That's the good shit. Okay. Going up task. Yes, let's go. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Let's go. Pretty good. Okay. Who made this? Alright, perfect. It's fine. Are those balls? I've never had a ball of ice before, but I feel like that'd be terrible. Crushed ice? Let's go. Those are so little. Sure. Are those the rings? I love the rings, because you can stick your tongue in it. These are fine. Apparently Starbucks has a certain kind of ice. These are shit. I hate this kind. Oh, there's a second nugget ice version. Ooh, more circle. Okay, who the fuck is this? Okay. Add a row below. I can't see the picture. Ah, shit. Let me fucking... Yeah, I can't tell what's going on here. I feel like Starbucks ice would probably be fine. Oh, these are just cubes. It's probably fine. I can't tell what's going on down there, though. Okay, there's my... There's my ice tier list. Thank God. Very important that I stopped everything to make this tier list, obviously. Okay. Am I logged in? I am. Here, we'll save it. Yay, ice tier list. Remember when we did pasta that one time? That was fun. That's pretty... No. Oh. It's so terrible. Okay. Anyway. Outside, the sounds of ambulances replaced the daily orchestra of police sirens. Generally, those says, thank you. Otherwise, I have to time you out. And you can't have that ruining your perfect record. I guess that even poor people can get too sick to commit crimes. I am going to fucking kill myself. Okay, anyway. It took a while, but we both sucked on more ice cubes until we felt somewhat better hydrated. But to be sure, I called for Dr. Shade to visit again, and he arrived earlier than expected. Vance is still in bed, but I am up and about. Ice cubes, huh? Oh my god. No, please. No, no, of course. I forgive you. Ice cubes, huh? He chuckled. That's exactly what I would recommend with younger patients, but it works with everyone. Glad it's working, I agreed. But what would you recommend for us to eat, food-wise? What do you fucking mean? What else would you be eating? Thanks. Okay, well, bland tasting food for one, he said, like plain rice. Those have a lot of energy. Those, as in the rices? Alright. But without making you sick, although a very small portion should be eaten at first. Bananas are good in potassium, and plain toast is good also. Rice, bananas, plain toast. Got it. Thank you very much for your time. I thanked him and got ready to hold out a gold sovereign coin. Bland, yummy. Something, airplane food. Wow. Such a good joke. Thank you. When he held his hand up and shook his head. No, I should be thanking you. That ring was enough for the last visit and this checkup. Also, he smiled a little and put his hat on. It's a good excuse for me to see patients that don't act so self-important for once. I never thought he'd say that. I was his mother's confidant. He said more quietly, eyes glancing to Vance's bedroom. I treated her injuries when her partner got violent. I always foresaw what might happen, but I didn't think he'd actually kill her. Fucking call the cops? Hello? What? I'm sorry, I found myself murmuring, but he inhaled. No, I'm the one with the position to report signs of domestic abuse. Although, nowadays, a lot of agencies seem to barely get their wits together. He rolled his eyes. Then why fucking... You could have at least tried. You know? Like, maybe you wouldn't be guilty over her dying. If you had tried. I sure wish I could have done so. Oh, well, real shame that she's dead now. Yeah. Oh, man. Did that ring really pay for 2 visits and a 6-month course of antibiotics? I ask. And he gave me an I can't fucking pronounce that. I'm sorry. Smile. For travel expenses, he said, and turned around, but also muttered, and to ease my guilt. He was saying, dude, I hope not. If I were Vince in this situation, I'd be like, you could have fucking called someone about this? Are you stupid? You went to school for how many years and just decided to not fucking call? Okay. No, that's really cool. Very awesome. Then he left, leaving me even more confused. Okay, very cool. Thank you so much, Gord. Vance's cupboards may have different types of food in boxes, but luckily he had exactly what I was looking for, a bag of rice. It took me a few minutes to figure out how the gas cooker worked and where to put the pot suitable for boiling rice in, but soon steam rose from the boiling water as I poured 2 mugs full of dried rice inside. This is how you cook rice, right? Boil, then put the rice in and turn the temperature down. According to the instructions on the bag, it said that I'm to leave the rice to boil for 10 minutes. But then it warbled into this nonsense of adding vegetables in. I wouldn't want to do that. Never. Just what? It's fucking rice, man. You can do whatever you want with rice. What is... First of all, the package should just tell you how to make the fucking rice. Plain. I don't know why you're making shit up. Rice packages would never betray me, okay? Right? I love rice, okay? Big rice fan here. Alright? Rice package told me how to make the fucking rice, and that was it. And that was it. And that was fucking it. That was all it said. I don't know why I'm getting so twisted over the rice part. I'm just pissed off. Never. Dude, literally. Chillax. It's fucking rice. Chill. It's not that big of a deal. Anyway, what's cooking good looking? Just a quick cringe. Okay, anyway, I hear Vance say, and I turn to see him leaning against the doorframe with a joking smile. Still tired, but not as bad as yesterday when I thought he was going to die in front of me in his sleep. Oh no. You don't have cringe rights. Hold on. I will give you cringe rights right now. Thank you for your cringe. Because Grace is lacking on the cringing. No, shh. It's okay. It's okay. You're getting cringe rights right now. Edit. Moderator. It won't send you. Okay, I'm sorry. VIP. Okay. Now everyone has cringe rights. Boop. Okay. So when all else fails, maybe a cat has cringe rights as well, and so do I. But I'm lazy. I don't want to cringe myself, you know. Okay. Rice, I say simply, trying not to grin. I've come to learn that whenever Vance makes a rhyme, it means he's in a positive mood. That's so dumb. Now we can all be cringe together. Yeah. It makes a rhyme. It means okay. Dr. Shade says rice is good to eat because it's bland and filling. Oh yeah, Vance murmured thoughtfully. But I want takeout from the Chinese. Why did he say it like that? The Chinese. Not the Chinese place. Not Chinese takeout. From the Chinese. Very weird. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, from the whole continent. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Anyway. Too filling, I shudder, and greasy. And without thinking, I glanced at his floppy hair, looking like it needed a good wash. Is the hot water running? Not really, he sighed and straightened. I'm going back to bed. Those ice cubes are a fucking brilliant idea. As soon as I get better, I'm going to do the rounds. What? What rounds? What are you saying? Huh? Okay, up until this point, I've been confused, like, as a bit. I genuinely don't understand what he's trying to say here. Anyway. Pneumonia is going to take a while to recover from, I murmur, but rose my voice to say, rest well, I'll wake you up as soon as the rice is done. I don't know what the rounds are. He yawned and nodded, leaving with a lazy wave. Look at me, I'm such a maid. Next thing I know, I might empty the bins, but washing the sick buckets almost 10 times for the past couple of days was enough to put me off from social care work for the next 100 years. I was bored waiting for the rice to cook. I was bored waiting for the rice to cook. Period. Very cool sentence. Very interesting and cool. Maybe because I usually eat instant food from the cafeteria instead of waiting while cooking my own, changed how I feel about culinary artists. Like a sense of a. Wait, what? Maybe because I usually eat instant food from the cafeteria instead of waiting while cooking my own, changed how I feel. I mean, the rice I makes. It's like 15 minutes. He said 10. So instant rice is a minute. And that's like the super cheap shit. So I think he's just annoying. But also, another very cool sentence, because here I go reading it for the third time. Maybe because I usually eat instant food from the cafeteria instead of waiting while cooking my own, changed how I feel about culinary artists. Like in a sense of appreciation towards chefs and their mastery in cooking has been renewed. Huh? Thankfully, my attempt at cooking gave me enough time to write all this. Good news, the rice hasn't made us vomit our stomachs out, and with a sprinkle of salt for more flavor, we ate very slowly, a spoonful every 5 minutes, but it took a lot to avoid horking. Horking. How cool is that? Anyway, a sprinkle of what? Salt. For flavor. As a treat. You need kind of a lot of salt to get it to do much of anything, but so I'm sure a sprinkle didn't do shit, but we can't all be winners. Horking the entire bowl down at the first grumble of hunger. Huh? Well, here I go again. A spoonful every 5 minutes, but it took a lot to avoid horking the entire bowl down at the first grumble of hunger hitting our stomachs. What? Because I grew up. Since sprinkle of soap. Okay, my bad. It's salt. Because I never grew. Okay. Grumble of hunger. Classic sentence. Actually, you know what? You're right. A little cringe. Yeah. Oh my god. Everyone gets to cringe. Because I grew up never really feeling hungry, I ate too fast and almost threw everything back up, but I took some deep breaths and exercised strict restraint. But at least we've eaten properly. The homework is going to be a bitch when we go back to school. I thought the school was fucking closed. What homework are you talking about? Baby's first cringe! Yay! We're so proud! Vance commented and I snorted, accidentally shooting a piece of rice out of my nostril, and he almost vomited from laughing so hard. Things seem to be looking up at last. Vance is taking his medicine, I'm looking after myself too, and I've come to enjoy temporarily living with the greaser. It's a simple life, living like paupers, drink for cat. We have lots of blood, dude. It's nasty. Everything going on right now is just gross. Even if some envelopes with red letters on them pushed through the letterbox and worried him, thank God, but instead of tossing them aside, he placed them on the kitchen counter in an organized pile with the older letters on top. I can see his frustration at not being able to work to pay off whatever bills are being thrown at him. He doesn't even really have any proper family to turn to for help. I was always under the impression that paupers have a collective support network with lots of family members, but Vance has proven me wrong. Yeah, with a mom who was murdered and a dad who killed himself. I thought it took 6 months to heal, but I fucking guess not. Anyway, not all of them are lucky enough to have someone to turn to. Somehow, the situation made me feel more important to him. It's just a feeling, but I'm hoping that I can somehow influence things for the better. Doors knocking, got it wrong. Sorry, doors don't knock, it's people. Doors don't knock, people do. Okay, thank you. Surprisingly, Vance's friends came to visit wearing face masks. Classic COVID shit. Norton and Lefty almost did a double take when they saw me, but looked past to see Vance slowly walk towards them with a big smile, and they cheered and marched past me, only suddenly stopping short when the redhead held his hands up and cried at them to stop. I should make that joke. Yes, yes. Anyway, I'm still sick, he explained, and the men groaned. That sucks, Norton grumbled. But you've been gone for so long, Lefty exclaimed. We thought you've gone and died. Norton violently elbowed him. But you're just resting, Norton quickly clipped and gave me a weird glance with another guy. Vance ran his hand. Okay, Vance ran his hand through his hair. When he does that without his spray or grease, he's nervous. Okay, thanks for fucking letting me know. He saved my life, guys. He paid for a doctor to see me. They simultaneously stared at me incredulously. Too many Lees. I'm sorry. You've got to get rid of it. Really? Lefty gasped and gave my shoulder a hearty pat. Thanks, bud. You're definitely deserving of some respect. It's no trouble, I say airily. Whatever helps Vance. How long have you been here for anyway, Gord? Very weird fucking way to say that, but go off. Norton asked curiously. Nobody's seen you anywhere, not even in the dorm. Even Jimmy couldn't find you. Oh, since about 8 days ago? I look at Vance and he nodded thoughtfully. I thought of our kiss. The gross kiss. And my heating cheeks betrayed me. Guess it's safe for both of you to be away from the school. Everyone is vomiting. Norton sighed. You guys look healthier than they do. Against all odds, one of them has fucking pneumonia. How? I don't know. Time isn't real in this one. The stinky kiss. The infamous stinky kiss. It's, oh my god, it's so gross. Anyway, thanks for worrying, guys, but Gord's a pretty decent nurse. If anything, I'm the luckiest guy here. The compliments just keep flooding in. After a few minutes of chatter, Vance says he's starting to feel a headache coming on, so after saying goodbye, he left left to go back to bed. And the guy stood at the door, giving me suspicious looks. Anyway. I love hee. Anyway. And the guy stopped at the door, giving me suspicious looks. If you're doing this to toy with his heart... Holy shit, if you're doing this to toy with his heart, you have another thing coming, Lefty warned dangerously. We can't deal with him having a broken heart again, Norton murmured. Last time he got his heart broken, he couldn't even fix a bike chain properly. We had to teach him the basics in shop lessons just to get his confidence back up. What? That's the dumbest... Okay, another, like, weird thing to get angry about, but here I go anyway. What a dumbass thing to do. It's like, oh no, he's so sad he forgot how to do his favorite activity. Bike fixing. Huh? Okay. I need to fucking get myself a soundboard and I need to put the fucking huh sound on there. Huh? I have to. I'm gonna be doing it every 10 seconds when we're reading. One time I got so sad. No, that's so sad. I can't believe you forgot how to read. Thank God you relearned. I'm glad you've got it back. Boys, when they forget their favorite activities. Oh no, his favorite activity. He's forgetting. Somebody stop him. Okay, anyway. I'm not, I spluttered. I'm not in a relationship with him. He's just a friend. Don't fool us, Norton burst, quickly looking at the bedroom door. We've only seen him like this when he's in love. Brother, you fucking kissed him. It's a little relationship-y to me. Personally. Like... Hello? Just a little relationship-y. Just a little. You know? You kissed while ill. You're basically married! Yeah, you're right. That's... gross. Anyway, he's in love? And it'll be too late to let him down gently, Lefty groaned. If I were you, I'd just tell him that you're nothing more than a friend to him so he doesn't get his hopes up. Too sticky... Gross. He's not a child, I suddenly say. If he's learned anything from his last heartbreak, then he'll know not to raise his expectations too high. I'm doing this as a friend, like how you two should be when he's this sick. I think I went too far because saying something like that to these kind of people would usually pound your face into concrete. That didn't make any goddamn sense. But they looked at each other in disappointment. We got scared, Lefty admitted bitterly. So many of us fell ill in hours, we just hightailed it. Norton and I holed up at Johnny's place. They fucking left? They were like, damn, everyone's getting sick, better go. Where? All of Bullworth is like this. What are you doing? Whatever. As soon as our flu goes, we'll come back, I said, but Vance has to carry on taking antibiotics for pneumonia for the next 6 months. It's a persistent infection. They boys oohed in sympathy. His symptoms will disappear, but he'll keep taking them. They're in the storm cellar. LOL. His symptoms will disappear, but he'll keep taking them. I paid for it already, so we won't have to worry. You paid for his medicine? Norton almost yelled, but Lefty nudged him to quiet down. He lowered his voice in an apology. It's just that he'll feel that he owes you big time. He'll just have to deal with the fact that he won't have to. I sniffed. Not everything has to be reciprocated. Norton seems to accept my reasoning, but Lefty still looked suspicious. They soon— oh my god, it's almost fucking 10 o'clock. I can't believe I've only gotten through 2 chapters today. Have they been really long? What's going on? Anyway, Norton seemed to accept my reasoning, but Lefty still looked suspicious. They soon left, and I closed the door with a sigh. I turned and saw that the maybe they are long. God, that's fucking— okay, anyway. I turned and saw that the bedroom oh, God! Stop! Stop having him be sad that Gord doesn't want to be in a relationship with him. I'm gonna fucking kill myself! Okay. Anyway, he'll just have to deal with the blah, 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 blah. Okay, I turned and saw that the bedroom door was actually ajar, and I inhaled, approaching it and opening it to see Vance in bed hiding under his duvet. How much have you heard? I asked. Everything. Vance, I say hesitantly, I'm not sure what to say. I feel some attraction to Duncan, who hasn't mattered in a fucking half a chapter. And my god, these things are fucking long. But the past few days have changed my view of Vance and showed me his vulnerable side, which he's already showed you in the fucking past, when you made him feel worse when his dad killed himself in front of him. I don't understand. What is happening? Okay. Then don't, he grumbled. I'm used to it. I know bikes run better than relationships. Just like it says on all those graffiti tags that your old buddies are slapped over our buildings. I flinched. I'm just as guilty of that offense. What? Huh? Yeah, I agreed. But that was then, and now is now. I like you, Vance. Your friends spook me, but they're decent people. You're not just saying that to lead me on? The duvet moved as Vance sat to look up at me. Being sick, every move he makes wavers. Of course not, I said. I walked over to sit beside him. I'm not going through all this effort just to throw it away. I like you, Vance. Don't say it like that. He looked down. I really do. This is so lame. He just hunched over and curled up on his side, closing his eyes. That's what Lola said to me in our first year before dumping me for Johnny Vincent. I'm sorry. Gord, I'm admitting it now. Vance spoke up and looked at me, still lying down. I really like you, more than just as a friend. I want what Kirby and Trent have, out of fucking left field, but thank you. Luckily, I know what that means, but I'm not sure if I actually want this. Huh? I thought you liked him. I'm confused. I'm getting mixed messages. Those two you mentioned, they're a particularly famous couple, even more so than Ted and Mandy, much to the cheerleaders' dismay. Kirby is in the varsity team, and Trent is an aspiring actor who took part in many theater productions of school. That's a part of Kirby Olsen's downward spiral, really bad. I don't want to say worse than this one, because this one's like fucking unlike anything I've ever read in my life, but they did do acting shit, and it was dumb. Trent's a fucking goofball in the other, in Kirby Olsen's Downward Spiral. It's ass. Anyway, they fight, but they really love each other, Vance carried on. And I liked it when you kissed me. When I was ill. Very cool. Me too. My stomach's starting to do a knot. I liked kissing him. I like him. Do I love him though? You're in fucking high school. Doesn't matter. I like Trent when he's cool. Yeah. But this, I didn't like it. Isn't there someone you forgot to ask? I consent. So do I. But does maybe Cat consent? I don't think so. Also, holy fuck, my wrist just cracked. I am going to die, I think. Ow. Okay. Anyway, you're in fucking high school. You don't need to love anybody. Holy shit. He inhaled and moved close to me, pulling me into a normal hug. As opposed to an abnormal hug. This is just a normal one. Yeah, they didn't ask you first, so it wasn't consensual. Normal hug. I love normal hug. It's my favorite character. This is the normal hug. Thank you for your cringe. You're right. And I felt him rest his chin on my shoulder. We said nothing, but I held him close in return. Listen, I murmur, when we get better, I want things to go back to normal. But if I feel that I want us to be more than friends, I'll tell you. All right. So wait, you're fucking, like, gonna make out while you're ill? But, like, after you're better is when you don't want to, like, kiss and hug anymore? What kind of weird-ass logic is that? What is huh? God, there's so much. Okay, I'm focusing. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Then, okay, wait, alright. Then things just ended like that as I broke the hug, the normal hug, to leave and tidy up the kitchen area and wash the dishes. I have no idea. They're gross, though. Jail. Prison. And wash the dishes. But I can't stop thinking of his lips, and his soft-spoken voice hinted slightly with an accent, and how oddly attractive his wide-bridged nose is compared to his face. His nose is attractive compared to his face. The rest of his face is fucking ugly. Is the vibe I'm getting. But anyway, like the onset of spring warming away the unpleasant drifts of blackened snow, we grew better to the point where we're only coughing and sneezing, but our fevers stopped pressuring our heads and our stomachs can finally let us eat properly. We're finally sitting at the small table in the kitchen area like proper people and not eating in bed, just having a casual conversation while eating some breakfast. It got one-sided at times, with Vance talking about his bikes and me going on about the best years that Aquaberry had the most innovative designs. Then it grew awkward because there's nothing to break this growing iceberg between us, once again showing us how different we are. The more it grew, the more I slowly began to regret selling that ring, and the more I despised myself for thinking such a thing. I sold it to save Vance's life. I should not think vicious thoughts. What the fuck? Noodles go to everything else. A fifth grader. Just eat the iceberg? Yeah. If it tastes like nugget ice, I'm sure it's fine. Callback! I'm so good. I could be a stand-up comedian. Anyway, fucking psychotic, that paragraph, by the way, just to get that out there. I don't know much about Aquaberry, but they sure make some sleek bikes, Vance commented with a shrug. I feel like Aquaberry shouldn't fucking make bikes, but go off. The ice melted quickly. Yes, I always preferred bikes that are speedy, but controls can be difficult at corners. Shop class BMXs are the best to use everywhere, Vance said. Good acceleration, speed, braking, but limited color choice unless you know a good painter. I would never think of changing my bike's color, but then again, I don't think I'll be able to ride it again. The painful memory of seeing my mangled bike haunted me. Hey, Gord, Vance swallowed the cereal he was eating. I still feel a bit down, but I think we're all right to get to school at this rate. So you're not quitting? I asked hopefully, and he pursed his lips in thought. Technically, no, but I'll be talking to Dr. Crabblesnitch to see if I can drop out of some lessons to make the fees cheaper. Literally not how that fucking works, but go off and make shit up. That'll mean I have more time to get into work and pay off the debts my dad left behind. Huh, I'm surprised that he even thought of this. Before, I was worried that it's one thing or the other. So what lessons will you keep? Let's see. Okay, that's fucking enough for me. That's too much. That was a cringe. Thank you for your cringe. English, math, the sciences, he said, nodding. Dude, I don't know. Really bad. Lissy was so bad. So I'll only really go to school 2 days a week. Vance, no disrespect, but I thought you'd be the kind of person who'd gladly drop out of school. Not really, he murmured. Okay, I thought you wanted him to go to school. Yeah, you better keep English. Yeah, he needs it really badly. Not really, he murmured. I kind of like school, it's just the people in it. The jocks can go fuck themselves for what they did to you, the preps are condescending bastards, and the nerds are sneaky fuckers. The non-click kids are just as bad for tattling and trying to stir up shit. So, I say, toying with a spoon before sighing. Poor Mrs. Phillips is going to miss you. She thinks your work is good in photography. Nah, she won't. There's only so many photos I can take of punk rock and metal themes before she gets tired. They're pretty good, I add. Consider a career in photography, and you'll be hired to take shoots for advertisements. I wish, he laughed. So I won't attend gym, shop. His eyes widened. Scratch that. I'll do shop as well. And he relaxed. Photography, art, geography, music. Oh boy, I'm gonna miss music. But won't get me anywhere unless I really want to run myself into the streets with no talent. I think I stared at him for too long, because when his eyes met mine, I quickly sputter. You have a good singing voice. Since when? He flushed. Now he knows now he knows I listen to him sing softly to himself while he thinks nobody is listening. I got too much ice. You know what that means? Time to eat? Eat the ice? Did I do it? I guess. Okay, I guess. So that's my plan for the rest of school life. Half drop out, but still get the relevant exam qualifications. Yeah, let's go! I hope the ice is delicious. No. Relevant exam qualifications so that I won't be a total failure. I'll carry on. Okay, I say quietly, looking at him. I know I have enough money to keep me going until I graduate, but I won't be able to go on spending sprees like I used to. It'll be pure torture. I sighed and the spoon clinked as it sat in the empty bowl. I'll miss seeing you around school. His eyes widened. You really will? Of course, I spluttered. We spent all this time together in self-imposed quarantine. Why wouldn't I miss your snoring? Vance laughed, and I can't help but guffaw. This is so rich. This reminded me of my grandparents' banter. Says the guy who can't keep still in his sleep and talks, he argued with a smirk. I had no idea you call... Oh my god, they're gonna fucking make me say daddy. I'm gonna kill myself. No. Okay, here I go. I had no idea you called Jimmy daddy in your dreams. My blood pressure screamed. Thank you for your courage. That one was, oh my god, that one was so bad. You say one word about this and I will castrate you with this spoon, I screeched, and he laughed so hard he burped. Oh, gross. That's so nasty. Huh? Oh my god. Oh, daddy, spank me. Can't. We're so close to being done with the chapter. It's almost 10 o'clock. I need to pull it together. Vance squealed in a high-pitched tone. I do not sound like that, I yelled and stood up. So it may or may not be true that I had sordid fantasies. So sue me. But I had no idea that my traitor's... Another... Yes, please. If you don't mind. But I had no idea that my traitorous mouth actually spoke my darkest dreams. Vance grinned and pretended to swoon precariously. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, God. We're really close to being done with the chapter. I have to keep going. Come. Oh, Jimmy, come and rip my pants off. And I saw what was about to happen. Who made it through that one? Woo! Oh, my God. His joking expression turned to horror as he fell back off his chair. My anger disappeared. The fuck? My anger disappeared, and before I knew it, I lunged to quickly hold him to stop him from falling off the chair. But I slipped and we dropped to the ground with me landing on top of him as the chair clattered back. He yelped in pain and pushed me off to clutch his shirt. Vance? I gasped and sat up. What's wrong? Ow, he panted, taking what has happened? Hello? Taking shallow breaths and squeezed his eyes shut. Fucking ow. Just what were you thinking? I'm gonna get bruises. Huh? Is that it? Maybe if you weren't fooling it around, you would have gotten hurt, I scolded him. In my panic, I might have sounded furious, but I never thought I'd take on that tone of voice before with someone. I guess I really do like him. Oh, that does it. He burst and stood up. I'm gonna shave all your hair off. What is fucking going on? I'm so confused. I yelped in panic and backed up, but realizing that my hair still looks horrible with the shaved streaks the jocks left on me, I haven't been wearing my beanie. Oh god, no wonder Dr. Shade looked at me strangely in his visits. But then I stared at Vance thoughtfully with a new idea. Do you have any clippers laying around? He paused mid-motion, readying to pounce on me. Actually, yeah, my dad's kit has all the guards for styles 1 to 8. Why? You want me to cut off all your hair for real? Yeah, huh? Trilla? I have no idea. No clue. We did the COVID shit. I feel like we're done. I don't know what's going on. We've brought back the hair plot. Apparently he hasn't been wearing his beanie hat. A la Tim Pool. Fucking. Okay, one more fucking, like, 2 more sentences and then we're good. Okay. Da-da-da-da. Yes, I say, suddenly feeling confident. You want to pay me back for helping you, right? So how about you even my hair out and I'll call it even. Deal? Literally, because my hair will be even. Okay, anyway. He looked at my mess of sorry excuse for a hairstyle, that was fucking awful, and grinned, shaking my hand firmly. You look like a punk. Better a punk than a loser. 1 minute to spare! Thank you for the cringe. Final cringe. Thank God. Okay, that was fucking, insane. Also, I forgot to eat dinner, because I'm a little goofball. So anyway, that was chapter 5. We're halfway done. Uh-oh, I can't. It's 10 o'clock. Bedtime. I'm getting my points. Eating is not worth any points, so... But sleeping is, so... I'm sleeping instead. Damn, I'm sorry. Hold on. I might have a few people I've followed already. I wish Scott would end, like, a little later than normal. Just for me. But no, he has to end at 9 like a normal person. Okay, let's try Fallout New Vegas. Macho Man Randy Savage. Thank God. Okay. Well, this is a gay person, but their VTuber metal kind of scares the shit out of me. Also, I have to watch an ad, so jot that down. If they aren't immediately good, JoJo panel in the fucking panel set. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, their model is very scary. I gotta go. I tried my best to look at a VTuber. I couldn't fucking do it. It was very scary. I gotta go. Okay. No raid tonight. Sorry, love you. I literally finished the fic with fucking, what, like 1 minute to spare, and now it is past 10. So, no raid. Sorry, love you. I'll try to figure out how to raid better later. I literally can't think of any fucking, stop making me watch ads. I'm gonna lose it. Anyway. Tomorrow's Bully Saturday! Yes, we get to actually play the game. I'm so excited. Man, I love looking forward to the shit we have to do on stream. When we were playing Silent Hill, I was like, fuck, I don't want to play that. But now we're playing fun stuff, and we're doing cool stuff. Man, this is awesome. Having no school, and streaming, and liking what I'm doing on... Man, this is so fun. I fucking love this. Streaming is awesome. Okay, anyway. Bully, yes, let's go. Okay. Let's fucking keep together. I will see everybody tomorrow for Bully, and it'll be great. Hopefully, can't wait to find more rubber bands. Yes. Okay. Hopefully, I'm trying to have a new chat bot set up by tomorrow. I fucking didn't today because I'm a little goofball and was like, I'm gonna hang out with my wife and play Stardew Valley, and then I did. And I pegged him and it was great. But I didn't. Beanie Baby Babysitter. That is what the bot is gonna be called. I have to set it up still, but I don't have fucking time tonight because I have to go to bed. But anyway, I will see everybody tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have the chatbot set up, but honestly, no fucking promises. I love my wife. I love hanging out with him. So, jot that down. Anyway, you are very welcome for stream. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye. Love you.